Yeah, I think now everyone can hear us. Okay, let's do it again. Welcome to Knowing Who You Are Sunday live stream. And yeah, that's what happens when you rush, because as we had given them an update, we are driving back from West Sussex, both of us. Esther was with me. And yeah, we just tried to make the live stream on time and didn't get to check our mics.
But he did keep all the speed limits all the way through.
Yeah. So we are here and we have already people joining us. So
Nice.
people, if any one of you are new viewers, for you, it's Knowing Who You Are, the podcast we have. And every Monday you get new episodes of the podcast on YouTube, then Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music. And on Sunday, we do a live stream to our live stream from 6 to 8. And we tried our best to make it on at 6 today. And that's how, yeah, I think everything should be okay. Everyone should hear us properly. And if we'd like to know who has joined us now, that'd be really good. So here we are. So, and I have Esther with me.
And we're in our woolly jumpers because it's in autumn now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Christmas in 5 weeks.
This is how we were. We didn't change.
No, we didn't change. We literally just got out of the car, did a sound check, and not even a sound check. No, we just sat down and started.
That's right. The recording, when it comes out, initially we're like, hello, hi, and
like
everyone
hi.
stays lip syncing and no sound. So yeah, people, whoever is watching from wherever, we'd get to know very soon, and people are joining in. That's really great to see.
Nice.
And welcome to Knowing Who You Are Sunday live stream with Ershad and Esther. Papito, hello, nice man. So nice to see Papito. Papito is a chef. He's a very good chef.
Nice.
And so we have Papito. I think it's his day off today. How come Papito can make it? Because he's a busy guy. But so nice for being here. And Papito, the thing is, you can give us a live phone call as well. The number would be popping on the screen very soon, where you can do. So as you know, on the podcast, Knowing Who You Are, what do we do?
What do you mean?
What do we do on the podcast? Knowing Who You Are, what is it all about?
Oh, I see. Well, basically, it's a platform which gives like-minded people an opportunity to share how they solve problems in life. And we found when you ask people, who do you listen to? Like when you need advice, who do you ask advice to? You ask someone you trust. And sometimes that person doesn't even know necessarily how to help you, but they would help you in as much as they could or from their own experiences. So when you're looking at one's own experiences and people that have experienced certain things, the most valuable advice can be from people who've been there and who got themselves out of those situations. So it doesn't just mean that it's people that have been through hardships necessarily. It could be someone that decided to do something and then they overcame what they had to overcome to get there. And so we really wanted to create something that gives you more empowerment as a person in order to survive better, to have the people around you that you love survive better. And we make this sort of an open platform for people that have similar experiences. And then, so this is the live where we invite live calls, which is really scary because we never know what's going to happen, but it's always been good so far. And then he does the actual interviews with professionals in the field of any field that are doing something to help, well, humankind, really. So we've had all kinds of people, and we're not just after, someone who's a celebrity, because, if they have a story to tell, then we want to hear about it. But the most important thing is it's people that they think out of the box, they have a bigger picture, and they're looking at the bigger game here, not just their own success, although that's completely fine. But we're looking at people that want to help others. And
also, what we mentioned, I keep on mentioning this, we are after making a community of resilient people.
Yeah.
So people who can deal with problems by sharing with each other. Not that, because we invite experts as well. That's when the interviews that I do, and that's published every Monday, that would come in handy, where you would get some... You can call it techniques. Some people are quite technique averse. They're not really into techniques. They say that we don't do techniques. So people from different backgrounds, they come and give us some information, also some tips, I would say.
Yeah.
And so you can have that in your toolkit.
Yeah.
So which would make you quite strong in terms of and always be ready to deal with the situations that we face. So, and as I say, we are running. We were literally having time. It's a family gathering we were having in West Sussex. From that, we came running or driving rather.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we rushed into it. There's nothing personal for us, but it's a gain, collective gain that all of us can do. And I know people who enjoy watching the show, they join with us and they really give us some important tips through their own experience. And that's what we are after.
And it's very fulfilling as well. I know
It
that
is.
every show, every time we decide we're going to do an hour, we end up being 2 hours because so many
At the
people
moment
are
we decided
participating.
we're going to do it
We
2 hours.
just do it 2 hours, and that's the way it goes.
So we
And
have
it's
the
very
first message, by
fulfilling.
the way.
We do. What's the first message?
Mashrik Reza, he's from Bangladesh,
Ah.
Dhaka, I think. Assalamu alaikum, Bhaiya. Walaikum assalam to you. Happy to see you again. Hope everything is going well and you both are doing great. We are
Yeah,
doing
we're
great.
good.
Thank
We're
you.
awesome.
And especially when we get messages like that and
Yeah.
people who are joining us, supporting us, when we
Yeah.
see that, definitely, how can you not be well?
Yeah.
So we are doing very good. And as always, as you can see, and we try to keep it lighter on us and enjoy every moment and live in the present. Say, for
Yes.
example, a few hours back when we were having the family time, we enjoyed that moment. We didn't think about the life.
No.
But on our way home, we also, at the back of our mind, we were planning that we have a live, we have to catch, or we have to start sharp at 6. We tried. It was
was
5
fast,
minutes.
fast.
Yeah.
Without
We
sound
did
check.
well. Yeah, we did sound checks and for a few seconds,
Yeah.
no sounds.
No,
but it
no
was
wardrobe change.
Yeah,
we
no
literally
wardrobe
came
change.
out of the car.
Well, and this is what I say. It's the freedom to be yourself. I mean, wardrobe change. Like, why do we have to do that? You
No.
know us. We know
Yeah, this
you
is
to
how
a
we
certain
dress.
extent.
If we had tea with you, this is what we would wear anyway.
And that's a practice as well.
It is, yeah.
It's like building the muscle. I always keep on mentioning the same thing. It's
Yeah.
about the self-worth, because we're going to talk about something interesting that one of my contributors, I've spoken to someone from Kuwait yesterday. He's 21-year-old,
Yeah.
personal trainer, head calisthenics coach, which this episode you'll see next Monday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
we have a new episode, but next Monday it will come out. And you'll see he talks about an interesting is Thomas Gilovich's concept, spotlight effect. So spotlight effect is like when you are thinking that people are always watching you. Well, in this case, it is true because there's two of us, and if you're looking at the screen, that's all you can see.
Yeah, but we've
Unless you're looking at my
created-
guitar.
We've created this scene so that we can be on the
But
spotlight.
normally, think about, so when you go out, you go to a party, or even when you want to do something, say you want to do your own podcast, you want to do your own TV appearance or anything, or you're a singer probably, or you want to sing, you want to do something that would make you feel a little conscious because you're putting yourself out in public in front of people for open to criticism, anything people can throw at you. So that's when you get the spotlight effect, where you feel that, oh, they are thinking my dress, my makeup is not right, or yeah, I look a little bit chubbier, or yeah, even my makeup is not right probably. So things like that. So, but normally people are not really thinking about you because everyone is thinking about their situation.
Yeah.
Most probably every time we think about that, people are not really thinking about you that much. So people who are joining on the show, they're interested to probably listen to other people, and also whatever we offer, you're probably interested. That's why you're joining in. But it doesn't mean that all the time you're thinking negative things about us. And definitely not, because the support we get from you and the inspiration and the love, we can tell that it's all good things. And we
Yeah.
are very fortunate to have that.
Definitely, yeah.
So we're going to talk about this spotlight effect today. And it's in connection with the negative voices we've been talking about last week and the other
The
weeks
resilience
as
as
well.
a result of this, yeah.
So the resilience comes when you don't care about these things and you're more confident about your self-worth. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And definitely many of you who are watching, you have your own stories to tell. So spotlight effect, আমার মনে হয় যারা বাংলাদেশ থেকে দেখছেন তারা বুঝবেন যে ব্যাপারটাই হচ্ছে যে যখন আমরা নিজেকে নিয়ে ভাবি যে আচ্ছা মানুষ কি ভাবছে আমাকে নিয়ে, আমি কি কাজটা করব, আমি কি করতে পারি, আমার কি সেই ক্ষমতা আছে, বা আমি আজকে যদি কেউ কবিতা লিখতে চান, হয়তো লিখে ফেললেন, লেখার পর এখন পড়তে বলা হচ্ছে, তখন আপনার খুব দ্বিধাবোধ হচ্ছে, আপনি ভাবছেন যে এটা কি পড়বো, পড়লে আমারটা হয়তো হয়নি, আমার লেখাটা হয়নি, অথবা কেউ দেখা যাচ্ছে গান করতে যাচ্ছেন, গান গাইতে ইচ্ছা করে, ভালো কণ্ঠ, কিন্তু সাহস করে গাইতে পারছেন না, অথবা ইউটিউবে নিজে একটা লাইভ করতে চাচ্ছেন, অথবা ফেসবুকে একটা লাইভ করতে চাচ্ছেন, কিন্তু করতে গিয়ে ভাবছেন শুড আই ডু ইট, এম আই গুড এনাফ, সবাই হয়তো আমাকে নিয়ে ভাবছে, আমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে, হয়তো কোনো পার্টিতে গেলেন সেখানেও ভাবছেন আচ্ছা আমার কাপড়টা কি ঠিক আছে, সবাই হয়তো আমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে, আমাকে নিয়ে চিন্তা করছে, আমাকে নিয়ে ভাবছে. So that's where it comes from. So that's what we're going to talk about, spotlight effect. So people who are watching, definitely, if you have experiences like that and you want to share with us, that'd be really great. And it's interesting. I thought I really don't have any data in terms of people where they are joining us from. The moment I started speaking Bangla, I lost people.
Oh no.
So I'm
Oh
really sorry. I
no.
didn't mean
Oh
to do that.
God. Oh, I
But
see.
yeah, whoever is staying back, I mean, we want, even one person is benefited, one person got some tips out of that. And if you want to share the spotlight effect, as we are talking about today, that when you are not conscious or confident about your own self-worth, which is totally independent of what other people think of you, where you are totally confident to hold up on your own and you're not worried about other people's opinion about you, that's when you can conquer, you can defeat that spotlight effect. And hello, Marie.
Oh, hi, Marie.
So Marie is from Belgium.
She's a dedicated supporter of
Dedicated
knowing who
supporter,
you
yeah.
are. We love you,
So
Marie.
yeah, we love you, definitely. And other week she just kind of pushed me away like this. So because yeah, because she was so excited about her cousin. So yeah, she forgot that I have my friends too.
And we
You
forget.
guys are my friends.
God.
So okay. So welcome to Knowing Who You Are Sunday live stream, and whoever is joining now, it's really nice to see you all. And so, unless you wanna, you have the number there, by the way. You can call directly from London if you're in England, not London, in England. You can call directly on that number. But if you're calling from any other part of the world, you can always use WhatsApp, and we can pick up the call and take it from there. And we would like to know, what's your experience? What do you feel? Do you have that effect on you, this spotlight effect we are talking about? It's a very famous concept by psychologist Thomas Gilovich. So you can check that one out if you like. But the gist is that when you become conscious about what other people are thinking about you, rather than being confident that whatever you're doing, that's good enough. And people really don't have that much time to spend on us as we think, because they have their own problems to think about. Probably they're thinking, when you're thinking that they're looking at you, they're probably busy thinking what I am thinking of that person. So it's a mutual
It's true.
interaction
Yeah.
internally. So do you, I mean, have you ever faced
Oh
that, or
yeah.
do
In fact,
you
the
still?
reason why I was laughing is because something like this happened to me just a few days ago, where I was at work and I started a new job, and I was and it was one of those things where there was a few computer actions that I had to be involved with, and I wasn't fully, well, I just wasn't trained yet on everything. So and I'm standing in front of the customer and I'm dealing with, whatever it was, and all I could think was like, oh my god, they're waiting, I need to hurry up and I can't do that. Of course, you get nervous, so you start pressing the wrong buttons and you have to start the whole thing all over again, and you think, oh my god, what are they thinking of me? They must be thinking I'm so, and all the while this woman is just sort of looking at her phone. She wasn't even realizing what was going on, and she looked quite worried, and I said, okay, so we've just put this through. By the way, it's 20% off. I work in an art store, by the way. It's with art supplies and stationery. So it's right down my alley, which I absolutely love, and I'm a supervisor there. So, but to be able to supervise, you have to know all the jobs underneath you. So that was part of my little apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I managed to not blow anything up. But then the woman was actually really, oh, well done, on having your job. And she was very nice. And I realized, she was completely not tracking that there was like World War III happening in my universe.
No, I mean, it's true,
Oh
because
my
sometimes
God.
you definitely can feel conscious about it, because from my experience, if you stand up in a queue in anywhere,
Yeah, it's normal to
it's a
queue.
ticket, say you are waiting for your check-in in an airport or at a train station, where a train station doesn't happen, but in
Yeah.
Bangladesh, that's how you do that when you're buying your tickets. So
But queuing in
people,
England is different than queuing anywhere else. Like you go to the
yeah.
Western Europe, there is no such thing as proper queuing, I have to say.
We
Not
think
quite
that
the same.
sometimes it's sometimes not honored as well. If you're waiting in line or in a queue
Yeah.
for buses, sometimes people do really form a very systematic queue,
Yeah, yeah.
but sometimes people don't even
No.
care about that. And what they do normally, they just jump the queue, and
Mm,
sometimes, and someone would complain, and no one cares, and he
yeah,
just walks past,
yeah,
just totally turn a
yeah,
deaf ear to it.
yeah.
So, anyone who'd like to discuss with us about their spotlight effect? Yes, spotlight effect. I
Mm,
mean, we are all guilty or kind of vulnerable to it. I would
mm,
rather say not guilty. It's more of a vulnerability.
mm,
যেখানে আমরা কিছুটা নিজেরা weak feel করি, we feel that we are a little bit of a victim when people are looking at us, what I'm wearing today, how my makeup
mm,
is. And probably men and women, it doesn't really matter. Everyone goes through the same kind of thing.
mm.
I mean, we all had that experience.
Yeah.
Say, for example, when you put a picture on social media as well, why do you think you put it through so many filters?
It's
That's
true.
that spotlight effect. Because you're thinking what you are,
I
probably they're
know.
not ready to
I
accept
know.
you.
And the worst part is when you meet the person, because
Hmm.
I've seen someone who I was in touch with on Facebook, and when I met them in real life, I walked past them. I
You
didn't
didn't realize.
recognize her.
Yeah, you
No,
didn't
it
realize
was
that's the person.
terrible. And she was a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
That was the worst part. Like, she was a gorgeous looking woman. It was
Hmm.
totally unnecessary. Maybe a few years older than she wanted people to think, but it was,
No, I mean, that's the thing. So
Mm,
if you have that consciousness, you're stopping your life. And
mm,
that's the main message. What
yeah,
you want to do, you're so worried about, especially what other people are thinking about you. That's one of the worries. And because of the worry, you can't start your Facebook Live if you want to do it, or even if you want to start your own channel or do a podcast where you want to talk about.
mm,
So you're probably stopping yourself from doing that.
yeah.
I mean, I know by talking about this, you will have your podcast tomorrow, and then you'll take some of my audience there. I don't care, because that's what the podcast is all about, where I am helping and, in a sense, help myself as well through the conversation
Mm,
to make myself realize this is what I shouldn't forget. This is what
yeah,
I should be doing.
yeah,
So, and the thing is that more and more people getting conscious and aware of the situations. Even if you have another podcast, I really don't mind, because then that's another community. Someone else is becoming resilient. Then we can have a stronger community around the world.
yeah.
From that perspective, the interviews I'm having on Knowing Who You Are now, every Monday that comes out, you have interviews from UAE, Kuwait, New Zealand, Australia,
Hmm.
America, England, definitely a lot of other parts. Even in Bangladesh, so far, unfortunate. Can I share this one live? In Bangladesh, people who are watching, I approached many people, and so far, everyone's been telling me, Ershad, I'll get back to you. I'll do that. I mean, I don't know what people sometimes think. Probably, definitely, they're busy. I respect that.
But it's also the time of the day, maybe.
Time of the day. No, because it's
No,
not a live show.
no, this
I
is
want
true.
to interview them
Oh, I
anytime they can
see.
give me the
Oh, I see.
time.
The one for Monday, you
Yeah.
mean? Oh, wow. Okay.
So
All right.
probably still so far, people, they can have some positive impact by sharing their experiences
Yeah.
and their struggles, and over the period of time, how they kept their resilience
Mm-hmm.
despite all the struggles. Even
Oh
say, for
my
example,
God.
the
Yeah.
pandemic last year.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Many musicians, many actors,
Yeah.
celebrities, they had been through situations where they had no work,
Yeah.
but they sustained and
Yeah.
they lived through the moment.
Yeah.
So this is experience I want to know from them. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, so far, no response.
No.
As yet from Bangladesh, that much, I would say. So sometimes it's our own people. If they support, they would know how helpful going forward.
Yeah.
It's not always about the short-term benefit.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm doing this now, say we'd be spending 2 hours of our time this evening, it's a Sunday evening,
Mm.
we could have gone out, and we were already out. We drove back, and I rushed back home so we could make this time. We could have done something else.
Yeah, we could have had movie night, eating pizza and ice cream. I said that last week as well.
Yeah, all the time pizza and ice cream. No, I really, we don't eat it that much.
No,
We
we
try.
don't.
We
But
have
it's
our
but we have it like the other day, we had a good win. We got some nice food in, whatever else. We always make special occasions for different things.
reward day. As one of my guests on the podcast, Lyndon Wizard, he said, when I said cheat
Oh
day,
yeah.
for gym goers, they call it, it's a term like cheat day. Okay, that's the day when you're having burgers or all the food that you're not supposed to
Yeah.
have, or pizzas. So he said it's a reward, and I feel that
It's
any
true.
word you use, because it's a negative loop, it can create in your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Because whatever our thoughts are, it's not I mentioned last week as well. It doesn't happen once. You keep on thinking about the thoughts in a loop. It comes back over and over again. And if you have a negative thought, the next time you have the thought back, again a negative thought. Next time, again a negative thought. But if you have a positive thought, every time you think about that or in that line, every time it's a positive thought. So that's very important. Gratitude, positivity. And on that note, I'll give the floor to Esther.
About
Anything.
Well, no, what he was saying actually is because he's talking about cheat day. I've said many times when I was on numerous different diets, today's a cheat day. And it is actually, it's true, it is a negative thing. So when you call it a reward day, that means that you've worked hard that week, you've made whatever target, and then you award yourself with something nice. And we're not going completely bananas, but the truth is, it's nice to have a reward day.
And we have Mushur from Bangladesh, Chittagong, Bangladesh. Mushur, you should give us a call on WhatsApp.
Mushur, give us a call.
Let's have a chat.
We want to hear from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you are doing such a great job in Bangladesh. You have this institute where you teach English and you run that.
English and he does poetry. And on top of that, completely besides, sorry, I keep telling the story. You go ahead and tell it.
No, it's fine. Only thing is that, I stopped. I lost my train of thought. No, it's fine. I still remember that. So Mushur from Chittagong, and he runs this institute where he teaches English, and along with, he has other people, other very high caliber people who are teaching, and he's creating this new community of younger generations who really are learning English the right way, out the language. It's a second language, which is very important in any part of the world. So what he's saying, but both of you are looking nice now. Absolutely wonderful. Good to hear from you. Probably he's mentioning that we drove back, rushed or something. I don't know. So Mushur, you have the number.
Yeah,
on
give
screen.
us a call. We
give
want
us
to
a call
hear.
on WhatsApp.
We want to hear
how
your school is going and how the education's going and how your pizza venture is going.
Yeah.
And we will let we'll let you explain about this.
Yeah. Because he invited us for his pizzas because he has another skill which he developed during the time of pandemic, and he started making pizzas, and he has his own business. That's the thing he does. And how many men would you know in Bangladesh, especially, who are specialized in that? I was really busy like anything, but very soon we'll be there, inshallah. I was or you are, because I want you to call now. It's live. So we are doing live now. So if you can, give us a call now just for a few seconds, if you like. And we would like to say hi and hello to you because you invited us to be on your live sessions for the English Institute.
We should join forces on that.
We should join.
Yeah.
We should join because we have a channel where we are doing this educational channel, and we are trying to do English language training, especially for people in Bangladesh. Certainly, then give us a call. The number is there. On WhatsApp, you can call us since you're calling from Bangladesh, 0044 7308 192 908. Give us a call. Let's have a chat. And for a few minutes.
We got the phone ready.
And I'm
here.
sure,
You're
what's the time now? It's 11:30 probably in Bangladesh.
Yeah, should be fine.
Don't
Let's do
tell me you are working now. You're definitely getting ready for bed. So before going to bed, let's talk about something positive.
Yes.
And I know you're a positive guy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sustained through the pandemic and become creative. And you have chose to become creative rather than be depressed or could be worried or scared. We have been through that loop, but the thing is, you came out of that. That's a lesson on its own, and we'd like to listen to that story.
Yeah.
How your pizza business that was started, or that's how you started that business altogether during the time of pandemic. And you can tell us, and how did you learn or come up with your recipes? What's the secrets? Shifat Ghaziuddin, such a beautiful pair.
Hey, Shifat.
One of our biggest supporters online.
That's right.
Shifat, why don't you call us?
Yeah, let's see if you can beat Masroor.
Yeah, Mashroor or Shifat. Who's going to call us? Let's see. Shifat, you can call. You don't need WhatsApp. You can call us directly since you're in London. And I hope you won't run away because we have mentioned your name. People get that's what. Okay, let's beat the spotlight effect today. Anywhere I put the spotlight today, you will beat that, and you won't become conscious.
No,
and you would rather prove us wrong. Let's win the spotlight effect today. Who can defeat that? Shifat, Mushur.
I mean, we're the ones on the spotlight. So listen, when you call in, it won't be your face on the screen. It's us, and so we'll just have your voice. So
a beautiful voice. Shifat sings as well.
Yeah, she sings. Oh, hey, Shifat!
Hello.
Hello, Shifat. Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's there.
Is she?
Uh-huh. Oh, it was disconnected probably, no?
It's still ringing there.
Oh.
Oh, she's calling on the other phone, I think.
Shifat, you have to call on the live line. Well, we can do that, what she's doing.
Oh, yeah. We call it this way. Good. Here we go. Quick technical.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear us?
Shifat's line is disconnecting for some
Oh,
reason.
no. That's
I don't
okay.
know.
See, she was so, like, she was going to beat this. She was going to beat the spotlight.
I hope everything's okay here. Yeah,
I hope
everything
so too.
looks fine.
Yeah, okay.
Everything
Shifat,
looks-
try again.
Yeah. You can try again, Shifat. Well, Shifat tried to get in touch with us, but yeah, let's try.
Hello, Shifat.
Hello.
Can we?
Hello?
Yeah,
we
here
can
you
hear
are.
you.
Oh, hi.
Hey, welcome
Hi,
to the
Bobby.
show.
Hi, Maya. I feel so lucky.
No, Shifat. So, Shifat, you are the first one today because we are talking about spotlight effect. Do you know what that is?
I don't actually, Maya, know. What is
So
that?
it's about, say, for example, whenever we try to do something, we get conscious. Say, every time we ask someone to give us a call, they make some kind of excuse, try to get out of that situation. Because, say, you sing, you love to sing, you have a good voice.
Oh, I love singing.
So,
I love singing, Maya.
yeah, so sometimes when you are asked to sing in front of people, probably you get
Yes.
conscious. You feel like, oh my
Definitely,
God.
Maya, yes. And my pitch just goes different directions to
See?
what I want to do.
So I was saying on the show, I'll mention your name and let's see if you can beat the spotlight effect. And you give us a call and prove it wrong. And even if you're feeling inside that consciousness, you can beat that. So you have
Yes.
done that. Congrats.
Yay.
Oh, yay. Thank you, Bobby, Maya.
And you are
So
such a
nice.
big supporter. We always appreciate your support. You're very
love
nice.
you guys.
Thank
It's so
you.
nice
Thank
to hear your
you.
voice.
You too, Bobby. I love your voice. It's so soothing, both of you.
Oh my God. We are gonna meet one day. We keep missing each other by just a few miles, I think.
I mean, hearing your voice,
Definitely, Bobby, we
Esther,
will, definitely.
literally gave mic overload. I think people who were listening to it, it was like,
Yeah.
yo, you know. So what's gonna happen? So it probably. I hope
I
my.
apologize.
Wow,
I
thank you guys
apologize.
for accepting the call. So is my voice in your studio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in the
everyone
studio.
listening to you.
Yeah, so what happens is that you're on real time with us into the live show. And what's happening
amazing.
on people's phones is that it's a little bit of a lag, but you're in real time with us live on the show. Woohoo!
No,
Amazing.
they can
Oh my
listen to
gosh.
everything.
Yeah,
one
they'll
go.
hear it
Yeah.
exactly sequiturely.
So
Oh,
wow.
wow. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Question to you.
Yes, guys, go on, Bhaiya.
So as you sing and you love to sing and you have a lovely voice, you have
Thank you.
numerous clips of your singing on Instagram
Oh,
as well.
yeah, she's good.
So do
Yeah.
you still get this effect we are talking about, the spotlight effect? Do you get that?
I really, every single time, Bhaiya, I do. Even when I do my own videos, I have to take a few shots before I'm completely confident in the singing. Even though I've sang since I was a child, you know? That spotlight effect that you're talking about is extremely real.
How do
real.
you beat that?
I don't know, to be honest.
But you end up doing it anyway because so
You
definitely
end up
every
doing
time
it,
you beat
yeah.
that.
I think that feeling that you get that you will do this and you can do this, that kind of has to take over the nervousness.
Yeah.
So then I'm able to do it. And when I'm doing live, I kind of blur everyone out. Bhaiya, does that make sense?
I get it.
I kind of blur everyone out. Then I'll do the first two lines, and then I'll bring those people back in my vision, and then I'll be confident.
No, that's very important because,
Yeah.
and also it's like, you know, we go to the gym or anyone who goes to the gym, they work on their muscles. So these are all muscles.
True.
So your
True, so true.
confidence is a muscle. So every time you win that, every time you end up posting your video, so what happens? That muscle gets stronger.
So true. Yeah.
So, and now what happens? Say, for example, every time I used to do my live show on TV. So it was so hard over the years when I faced it because probably you watched me on television. Have you watched the shows?
I have. Yeah, my mom always.
So
Yeah.
every time the light would come on and they would say, Ershad, get ready. You have 10 seconds. Stand by. You are live now. And sometimes my show would start with a song when I'm singing live.
Yeah.
So can you imagine the nerve?
Oh my God, no.
So that's how I really built my muscle in terms of that confidence. And I'm ready like, okay. And if I make mistake, we all make mistakes. We learn through our failures. And there had been failures many times on live
Definitely, yeah.
TV. So yeah, I've been
Definitely.
talking a lot. You can sing a few lines for us. Let's be
Ooh.
another spotlight
Oh,
effect.
which one would you like? Does Bhabhi like Bengali songs?
Oh
He
yeah,
likes
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bengali,
I do.
anything which is musical, and someone who has a good voice, as you have,
Yeah,
she loves that.
yeah.
Oh, okay, Bhabhi. I'll try one of my favorite Rabindra Sangeet. Just one line because I'm feeling nervous.
You're fine, perfectly. You have
Yeah.
already taken the first step by
Yes.
calling us, so you have already conquered. So don't worry about it. Close your eyes,
And if you
blank us out,
and if you feel like doing a second line,
Okay.
that's okay as well.
and after that, third line for me.
Oh, okay, guys. Here goes.
Okay.
সখী ভাবনা কাহারে বলে সখী যাতনা কাহারে বলে তোমরা যে বলো দিব রজনী ভালোবাসা ভালোবাসা সখী ভালোবাসা কারে কয় সে কি কেবলি যাতনা মন I think I'm done.
Yeah,
That was so sweet. Thank
it's very
you.
nice, very nice. You sounded so good.
She did. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
thank you,
immortalized on our show now.
But the thing is,
Oh,
Shifa
I'm still
doesn't
pain as
speak.
well since 2 days. I can't
Yeah.
believe I just sang.
You did.
And Shifa, you were born in England, isn't it?
No, I was born in Iran actually, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Wow.
And what
Wow.
age did you come to England or London? Hello, can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Okay, Shifat is there. For some reason, I can't hear.
Is there
No,
any-
she's there. All
Yeah?
good.
No, she's
Yeah.
here. Shifat, can you still hear us?
No,
Or
it's the network. So in the meantime,
Okay.
let me. She probably would call us, and Mashur probably tried to call us from Bangladesh
did,
while
yeah.
we were online,
Yeah.
and we would get the call from Shifat again. If Shifat wants to come back, Shifat, please come back. And in the meantime, we have. Yeah, you can call us back. That's fine. We can finish the conversation because we wanted to talk more and probably could sing more. And Shakib Khan Mimo from Dhaka.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mimo, live from home.
Live from home, from Bangladesh. So Shakib, who was in London last week and who had performed for us, he's in Bangladesh now. So he reunited with his band Maqsood Dhaka. So probably we'll see him on TV, on YouTube sometime because he would be performing for TV very
Yeah,
soon.
I'm sure.
And yeah, we'll be missing you for the next 3 weeks. And Shifat, Mashur, and Shifat, you can call us back if that's okay. We'd like to finish the conversation. And what I was trying to say, Shifat, we wanted to know that she said that she was born in Iran, but she came to England probably at a very young age, as you can tell from her accent. Definitely, she grew up here. And then, but so Bangla is not the first language for her, but she sings in Bangla. So talking about beating the spotlight effect, I mean, that's a great example.
Yeah.
She sings in a language that she's not comfortable in. Say, for example, if I try to speak in China now, or Chinese, sorry, not China, Chinese. If I would like to sing in Chinese, that's what I would feel like. But she beat that. But I would sound horrible, but she sounded amazing. That's the difference between Shifat and me.
And I think also if you take into account the importance of the correct pronunciation and the richness of the Bangladeshi poetry and music, because it's not just you belt out and we went to the pub and we went blah, you know what I mean? It's like there is a nuance
What a
about
beautiful
it.
song. Esther placed it.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
I'm trying to give a comparison. It's like there's such a refined way of saying the things in Bangla, and if you don't know, if you're not familiar with that language, it's you can make one e or e and it instantly means something different. So
Do you know what this thing is?
what is
Anyone?
that? What is it? Earplug.
Yeah. Yeah, I
love
did
it.
that.
You love it, really. You love
So
it.
yeah, so Shakib is there and Shifat was there. Mashur, you can call us back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mashru, we're ready for you.
And by the way, after today, I think I'm gonna miss Esther singing. She would never sing for me anymore. It was just part of the. So, Mushur, give us a call back or we'll call you. We have your number, so we can definitely do that. Please do that and call us back. And Shifat, thanks for your call. You are welcome to call us back.
Yeah, you
Since
sang
you're-
amazing, by the way. That sounded really
Oh,
good.
I would definitely like to carry on this conversation a little bit more.
Oh, no, he's on the wrong phone.
Everyone is calling on the wrong number. We have the number there. It's WhatsApp. Well, all you have to do is just connect to there. Anyway, so the number is there is 00447308192908.
Or we can call him back since we have that number there.
We can call him back.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
this.
do that.
Oh, here he is. Hello, who's there?
Oh, no, he's on the wrong phone. Everyone is calling on the wrong number. We have the number there. It's
Masroor, can
WhatsApp.
you
Well,
turn off the live on your phone? And then you should be able to hear us.
So the number is there. It's 00.
Yes.
Hey, here you are.
Hello.
Hello, Masroor.
Ershad bhai. Esther, how are
I'm
you?
very well. Good to hear you finally. Thank you for calling us. Very good to have you on the show.
Yeah, so
Thank you very much.
Great.
Good to have me here. But I was really looking for some time to call you, but it was I was so very, so very engaged.
So Masroor, you're
Every
calling
day
from
at
Chittagong, Bangladesh.
Yes, I'm from Chittagong.
Yeah, you're from Chittagong,
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, and definitely what I was talking about, your institute where you provide the English lessons or the certificates, whatever you're doing, it's amazing job,
Yeah,
and
really
you invited
good.
us a few times.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we haven't
Much
been
obliged.
able to, but we would love to join you at some point.
Yeah.
What do you call that institute? Poetic. It has something to do poetic. What's that? Tell us the name.
Explain. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, it's actually the poetic the name is actually an acronym. Pupils of Organized English Training with International Competence.
I
Okay.
get it.
Interesting.
Nice. That's why you say on your headline, "We are poetic. What about you?" It's very cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's
But there's a very secret thing. Actually, I shouldn't tell it online, but
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you. I can give you a clue that I used to work in an organization where the head man who used to work there, who is the person there, and I had some disagreements with him about English teaching, and that's why I created something that has got poetic. Poetic stands for my literature background. In fact,
Okay.
Nice. It's great. Well, it's
First
very good
English.
to venture out on your own, which is we've talked to a lot of people who were part of one thing and then decided to just go their own way and follow their own path. And you've followed your own path, which is very brave.
no, that's
much obliged. Many thanks for it.
well, that's very important when you feel like that you can express yourself, because personal freedom is very important. And when you feel that your voice is stifled and you can't express yourself properly, so that's the time probably to forge your own path and do your own thing your way. By the way, having
Exactly.
spoken about doing your own thing, you are also
Yes.
known as the pizza walla, right?
Yes, a bit.
So what's the
People
story?
call me Pizza Wala, and one of the reasons why I was very busy these days was actually I got some 3 pizza parties for my students,
Mhm.
and I arranged 3 back-to-back programs in 1 month, and those were with about not less than 1,000 students in 3 of the different parties. I entertained them with a lot of pizzas,
Wow.
and also an item that was,
So
every time 2 items, pizza and another one.
wow.
It was momo in the beginning, in the first one.
Uh-huh.
In the second one, it was fajita. The second 2, they were
Okay.
fajitas.
Yummy.
Yeah.
We call them fajitas probably
fajita.
in
Yeah.
international tone. Fajita, yes.
So that's
So-
but you started and people call you pizza wall, and you make really very authentic pizza. So what was your inspiration? And you started this during the pandemic, right?
Yes, I started in the pandemic. My inspiration was, in fact, when I was being very frustrated. One day I started quarreling with my wife, my beautiful wife. Then she,
She is
I
she is
started
beautiful,
thinking
actually.
You
She
have a
is
lovely
what?
family.
yeah.
Yeah, in the pandemic, I became so very frustrated. I have three centers, and I have to lose an amount of money every day. I was thinking that 10,000 per day, 10,000 BDT per day. I was thinking and thinking, worried and worried. Then I was thinking that what can I do? What can I get engaged in that will not give me even a minute time? Then I thought that I would do something new, and I will be totally engaged in that. I'll be passing nights after nights. I'll be learning it. I'll be using it. And I'll be making some money as well.
It's really hard
So
when
first
you are
few
losing
days,
money.
it was very hard. It
Yeah.
was very hard in the beginning.
So
My
what
wife
kept you
didn't
going?
agree
What kept you
to.
going? That's the secret that people should know. That when you're losing money, then you're probably spending money to buy the ingredients and practicing it, making mistakes. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So what kept you
But
going?
the
And
first thing
yeah.
was to save my family. I was thinking that if I continue being frustrated, being frustrated every day, I would not be able to keep a good relationship with anyone.
Good.
Right.
First thing, and second thing is that's why I decided to stop thinking and worrying and doing something new. One more thing was that was a byproduct. I was really looking for going out. During the pandemic, you cannot go out.
Yeah.
Only if you go for food delivery, you can. So I was thinking that if I go out for food delivery, I'll be able to take my wife and child.
Clever.
Amazing.
It was tricky.
No, it's
We know it
the
was tricky. We were in Bangladesh during the pandemic, and it was tricky.
it's
Very,
entrepreneurial streak that
very
you have
good.
inside
Very
you.
smart. Very
That's
smart.
but such a beautiful
I was
story.
caught by the police. Police stopped me on the road.
Ah.
They asked me, where are you going? I said, food delivery. They said, okay, go.
Oh, good.
No, it's really amazing that what you have said, very important thing, because our relations are very important. Sometimes definitely there are many things, and that's how many talented people as well, when they don't have the work-life balance, so they forget about the nearest people, because we think that everyone around us, say for example, when we go out and even when you run your business, your clients come and all the people you meet, you're very good to them and you are always present your best to them and be very careful in your behavior with them. I mean, most of us. But the problem is when we deal with our near ones, our relatives, our probably partners, children, sometimes we forget about that. We think that, okay, where they will go, even if I don't care about being my best with them or at my best, sometimes they will still be there. That's where people make the mistake.
Yeah.
So, and you have decided
Yes,
from
of
that.
course. And one more thing, I'd like to tell you that first few days my wife was not very happy with what I was doing
Yeah,
because she was thinking that I would be
you've gone
at the
crazy.
end I would be a failure
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I never made any roti or paratha. Forget about making pizzas.
Yeah.
She was thinking.
No, it's really good. But I can see from the wonderful photos that you guys post together that you're a very strong couple
No,
together.
but
Really
interesting
nice.
thing, I would like to know when she was thinking, and definitely when the nearest person to you is saying that, no, I don't have confidence in you, how could you keep going? What was the
Oh,
force?
the thing is, it is not about only to and do the best, but also hello.
Hello, yeah, we can
we're
hear
here.
you.
We're here.
Yes. So the fact of matter, when my wife was thinking that I wouldn't be successful, I was not thinking that way. That I started doing it in a different way. I said, look,
Oh.
I'll be making it fresh for you. No worries. Then she said, okay, go for it. Then after 4 days, I got 4 orders, 4,000 taka.
Wow.
Then I shared my money with my wife. I said, take 2,000 taka. Then she was, what? 2,000 taka for me? What is the reason for it? I said, look, you permitted to use your kitchen. So
Oh, wow.
for you.
Great. The kitchen rent.
And when the money comes,
Not the-
inspiration
not-
goes higher, right?
Yeah, inspiration went high, but it was not only for the money, but
Yeah.
also for the reason that she thought, yes, at the long last, he earned some amount.
No,
It's
also,
good.
she got back
Then
the
he started
confidence in you.
thinking very positively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she felt that, no, it's possible. She saw some ray of hope and ray of light as well.
Yeah.
So she could really now rely on you. And even she was thinking initially, or anyone, not about her. It always happens. And it's not a negative thing what she did, because we are always worried about the failures and the insecurities. When we are
Consequences,
losing
yes.
money already, is this wise to do that? Because
Yes,
like you, she's worried about the family too. It's the family unit. It's a
she
combined.
was too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the only reason. But the thing is,
There
how
were
would
more dimensions about it. When I first delivered,
Mhm.
in the first delivery, my point was only 2 out of 10, and that was one of my best friends, my college friends. So she didn't mind.
Okay.
But after the second delivery, it was also very close to 3, 4. So look at this, how I was feeling.
But say, for
I used to
example,
come home.
when you started doing something that you are not, say, as you said, you couldn't even at that time prepare paratha or roti, but you started making pizza. What was your marketing strategy? How did you get your
I
advertising?
had
Yeah.
I had a very definite marketing way.
Yeah.
First of all, I joined two of the groups. One was local Chittagong based group where women and men sell their products through in an online platform called SEF. That's
Okay.
in Chittagong Entrepreneurs Forum.
Okay.
Okay, and one more is for the national one that is called We Group. We means Women's Entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So these are the two groups where I used to write. Look, I started writing even before I started my first selling, and my
Alright.
first selling came from
Amazing.
on my wall, Facebook wall.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I
Just
used to write very emotionally.
okay.
I'm
Teach
sure.
us. Give us some tricks of the words. We'll start writing emotionally about knowing who you are as well. Tell us.
Oh,
We have a new marketing manager.
I was not very good. I was not very. Oh, yes, you can. Look, emotional marketing is actually the term I came across some days before that, and I started thinking how to be more emotional with my words and sentences. I started writing about my stories.
Smart.
I
said
thought,
that
I thought that it could be
elect-
selfies with
um,
tears in your eyes.
no, not exactly in that way.
I'm joking.
This is actually like calling the attention of people through creating some common attachments. I started thinking that what will be how would they be able to catch me? And then I started thinking about teacher's life. A teacher's life is not full of money.
Right.
If the source of income is gone, then probably they'll have to starve. And that is the thing that I started writing. And do you know how was my writing? It was very successful, and thousands of people had reactions on my liking, good
Wow.
They
reactions on
wanted
my
to
liking,
support
on my
you.
writing.
They wanted to support you. And
Yeah,
and there's
they
nothing
thought,
we'd like to clarify probably now, since you're sharing it. If anyone was or would try to give a negative spin to it, when he says emotional writing, it's about sharing his story, which is the truth.
Yeah.
There's nothing, no hide and seek. And everyone was going through the same kind of throughout the
Yeah,
world. People
yeah.
were losing jobs,
yes.
and you are out of a businessman, especially. Say your one is a business as well, where you're providing your lessons.
Yes, I used to add some of the things, the marketing that will show the success paths for the others as well. In one of the writings, I started showing the strategies, how you can be a good pizza wala. I even started teaching them how to make doughs. And many girls, especially how like homemakers, started those who actually try at home the pizza things. They started learning something from.
So by this time, probably you are now a pizza celebrity.
Expert.
It happened because I have a lot of students.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
you
helps.
not a celebrity. I should not say it's as place of a celebrity, but
You don't have to say it. We will
people
say it
started
for you.
people people started to buy it. That's the truth.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. If
I
you
sold
already
a
have a
lot of
network,
pizzas.
it helps.
It's great.
But you are blessed with this network. But how you build the network, definitely, it doesn't happen just like that. You had to work hard for that, and you had done a very authentic and very honest job of providing the trust that's been entrusted in you. And people had been probably they loved you, or they love you because you have delivered what you have promised.
Yeah.
So
I all through my career as a teacher, I never stopped working for my students,
Right.
and
Well,
I
that's
had
where it comes from.
never misbehaved with any
Yeah.
one of my students
No,
in
it's
my
good.
life. I never shouted to any one of my students.
Yeah.
I always thought to take a kind of ahimsa in my
yeah,
thoughts and ideas, and I was not furious with anyone. I used to tell them that, look, the world is full of happiness only if you can learn a little of English, a little of writing, you can make some changes.
Yeah. It's great.
And the centers those I'm running, these came through a lot of ups and downs. Even during after the lockdown, I got a lot of responses from the student side, and still I have to work very hard because challenges come, and
yeah,
challenges are renewed, and I have to invigorate myself every day,
Yeah.
and I have to create new dimensions every day.
And how do you do
Even
that?
I have to work like Bill Gates. I don't know. But means I have to work more creatively every day.
So how do you do
Because
that? What's
even
your source? And what do you say every time you are stopped by a brick wall in front of you? Say, for example, so this creativity, you know what? I'll just add a few things because I always mention, because it's proven in neuroscience as well, when you're creative, when you're dealing with your ideas, because you don't know how you're going to solve the problem. You have to come up with something, because say Bill Gates or Steve Jobs didn't have that solution what you are facing with at the moment, because they didn't have an English institute where they're providing lessons to students. They had different kind of business. So if you follow that model, it won't
yes,
work for you. So you have to come up with your own solutions. You have to creative with your own
the
ideas.
fact of matter is, of course, when you have some problems, the first thing that comes in my mind is when I have a problem. What the thing comes in my mind is I have to somehow conquer this. I have to win this. And so what I do is I usually try to negotiate with myself that, look, this thing is not very difficult. So what I do is I try to manage some, at least half of the thing done by myself. Then the other half is done by my stuff. And most of the times I learned through this, through the passage of time, that from many of the different people, I met many successful people, even who are more successful than me or anybody. From them, I collected some of the
Data.
information about how to deal with people. I learned one thing, if I come to one sentence, that if you give someone to do something, let him do it, but you have to go and see whether he's doing or not. So this is the thing. I mean, whenever anybody is doing something for me, I should not be fully confident on them, and I have to really check and recheck whether they're doing it for me or not.
You're
And
there,
this is the way how I continued.
Yeah, how it works basically, you're there, but at the same time, you let them be creative as well, because you have to transfer. It's delegation. So you are giving them the work so they can do it their way.
Of course.
And then you keep an eye that the result that they said, they promised that they will deliver, or you were expecting them to deliver, that it's been delivered properly. So yeah, delegation is very important for leadership.
To be specific, in English language centers, there are two of the activities there. One is management and marketing. Second part is scholastic activity, or academic activity.
Yeah.
In the academic activity, very luckily, I got some of the teachers who were CELTA graduates, TESOL, TEFL, ELT, PhD, university teachers. As soon as I worked in university, I have a lot of connections. So teachers come even in one call to me. Many of the
Because
with me.
you
So I
teach
don't really.
USTC as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I worked in USTC. I worked there for about more than 10 years.
Okay.
Then I left because I couldn't manage both of the
Yeah.
things.
So yeah,
And but I'm looking forward to having another job very soon, inshallah. You'll know it, inshallah. Like,
wow.
I mean,
Congrats already.
in a more, even more, inshallah.
Nice.
But the thing is, teachers usually teach with a lot of care. Not, I noticed it, especially the teachers who are very qualified. They don't have to really. We shouldn't really ask them to do it. They do it by themselves. They are very responsible. And about the management and marketing, this is a new chapter for me, and it was a new chapter for me. And when I started, I was completely in a like. Many of the times it was so difficult for me, and the reason is the people who are in this part, they have to really be very creative in a different way.
Yeah, very true.
Every day, dimensions change, challenges are renewed, and new challenges come. So
That's a very important lesson. A few things you mentioned. First thing is valuing the people around you, which you did, and your sense of responsibility had helped you become creative during that time of struggle. Second one, I take your creativity in terms of solving the problems. Any problem you faced with, you try to solve it. Then third one, I see your resilience, that every time, definitely you get some self-doubt as well, thinking whether I can do it or not, but you take one step at a time. Then another one is delegation. You have given us so many interesting points. Leadership is based on delegation, and you've given us the point that delegation, you delegate people, but definitely with some kind of oversight over them. Then you see the job is done. And through delivery, proper delivery and honesty and integrity for your work, you can build your network. End of the day, those same people, they can help you on your new venture whenever you start something new. So it's a good lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Definitely.
life lesson, in fact, learned it.
Yeah.
And we keep on learning every day.
Yeah.
But every
And
time
still
we
learning
learn.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these failures definitely, this journey you had so far, there had been stories of failures as well. If I tell you to just ask you to share those stories with us now, you would probably end up sharing 5, 10, 11, 20, whatever. Stories. We all have those, and we learn from them. That's how we become stronger.
Yeah.
Mashroor, thanks a lot for this beautiful call. And any
Welcome.
message we'd like to provide to people, because everyone, we had been on the same journey, especially the pandemic. Everyone had to go through the same kind of mental struggle, financial struggle, and everyone is coming out of that slowly but steady. So do you have any message for them? What you would like to tell them from your own experience?
I would like to say life doesn't come second time. So this doesn't have a second life. That's the thing. So when we are destined that we'll die one day, why not to try again and see for whether we can win at the long or not, a long last or not.
Yeah.
We can give it a try. We shouldn't stop trying. And success doesn't come in 1 or 2 of the days. It comes through struggle, and nobody can stop before winning.
Exactly.
So that's the
True.
thing. And gaps are there. One more thing is gaps are there. I'll have to really look for the gap and play there. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Mashroor.
Well,
Thanks for your call.
thank
We'd
you
like to have you again.
very much for being. Yes, I would love to ask you for some of the things those we mentioned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Be nice.
because of pizza making, I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
In one day, I made 70 pizzas
Oh
some
my
days ago.
Wow.
Wow.
So we have to discuss with you more. And at some point, we'll come
Yes.
to know. And probably next time when you call, then
Thanks.
you give us some tips or some recipe, or tell us about different kinds of pizza.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So we'll hold that.
Anytime. I would love to. I'd love to, because these are the new things some people
Next
can
Sunday.
really.
So your new recipe for us. Definitely. Get it ready.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, Mashroor. Have a great rest of the night and keep
Okay.
watching. Probably
Thank
we'll have
you.
some amazing callers again. Thank you.
Thank you for
Yes.
calling.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Welcome.
Bye.
Welcome.
And we have,
See you.
in the meantime, some people who joined us. Anwar Sadi is there. And basically, what we can read is Anwar Sadi's account, but probably his daughter, who used to be, who's one of the senior editors of News 24, if I'm not wrong. But you can correct me, please, if I'm wrong. But he's a senior editor there in Bangladesh for many years. He had been there as a journalist. And Anwar Sadi's daughter is writing us the message, "Hey, uncle and auntie, I'm uh, Ohi, if I'm not wrong. Oihi Progga, probably." And he said, "You look beautiful." Oh, thank
Aw,
you.
that's nice.
Saira Ikram,
Hi,
hi
Sarah.
guys. The bedtime routine is
She's
always
doing,
flashing.
she's doing bedroom. What is it? The
Watching.
bodyguard drill. To make
Surveillance.
sure that the
We're here. By the way, you still have an hour with us.
yeah,
So you can
exactly.
on and off. You can go to the door, come back to your
But thank you for
phone.
joining us at
Yeah,
least. She's at least
always.
with us
Always.
again, always.
And we have joined forces as well. We are
Yeah.
keeping an eye on the kids with you.
Yes,
So
exactly.
3 of us now.
We'll keep you
So you're not
entertained
alone.
while you're watching the kids.
So amazing lesson for everyone. This is what knowing who you are is all about. People
yeah.
like everyone. Trust me, you don't have to be anyone special. Every one of us has our success stories and the things and the story of resilience that we have done something, we have created something, and how in terms of struggle, when you feel that your back is pushed to the wall, then you come up with a novel solution. And that's why creativity and having a hobby, when you have a hobby, any kind of hobby that is, if it's something that would make you think, that you come up with abstract ideas and come up with novel solutions, that's when it builds that resilience in you. Every time you face with uncertainty, you can come up with solution. So that helps. And look, he never made single roti or paratha, Mashroor from Chittagong. And now he's making pizza as a successful business that he started during COVID-19,
Yeah.
the lockdown. Even during lockdown, the first initiative, or the, I would say, the inspiration behind that he wanted to get out of the house. That
Yeah.
was the impetus.
And make money for his family. So
Yeah,
his family
and that
could
was the
continue.
sense of responsibility
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Because he realized, interesting point, he said that he was not behaving properly and he couldn't be himself, what he normally is, with his wife, with his partner, with his family members. He decided, okay, why am I not being myself? Where am I going wrong? And he found the source of the stress, and that was the struggle, the financial insecurities, uncertainties that he was facing.
Yeah.
He said, how can I solve it?
Yeah.
And he created or he came up with a creative idea about making pizzas, even though he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
He learned, he created that business, even despite the doubts from people around him. Well, that should be, because if you can't make a roti or a paratha, how are you going to end up making pizzas that would just take up as a business or take off as a business?
Yeah.
So then he had done that. So this is a lesson. I'm really, really impressive, and I've
Okay.
seen it already. I've known him personally. I've
Yeah.
met him in Bangladesh. He invited us many times to his pizza, but unfortunately, because we are on a tight routine,
Yeah.
tight schedule, I would rather say, and we went there for personal reasons.
Yeah.
So that's why we ended up not taking up on his invitation.
Yeah.
But we will.
Yeah.
We will. And we'd
And
like
I think
to.
also, and I was actually listening to him because he's looking at, okay, so how come he had this huge network of students? Like he's got thousands of students who have a network, but again, that's a credit to his actual care. Because if you look at the videos of, on Facebook and also on YouTube that he does from his institute, the kids are excited. They're happy to learn. They're in class. They're happy to be there. And it's a credit to how he acts
I think
that
it's
way.
called Poetic English Institute in Chittagong, so you should check it out, everyone. If you are in Chittagong,
Yeah.
and if you haven't been in touch with them and you have interest in learning English, you should. And we are probably, we would join him one of the days just as an online, guest.
From our other channel.
From our other channel,
Yeah.
Ian in Harmony, where we provide the English lessons
Yeah.
as well. So we can join forces. The
Yeah.
main idea is to help people. For us, as you know, it's just something that we do because we'll be, as he was saying very rightly, we have only one shot at life. Whatever we want to do, we should try that, and especially if it helps people, because everything we do, imagine, all day long on Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere, most of the time it's just self-centered, like selfies all the time. So a selfie, what can be more self-centered than selfie?
Yeah.
That's why it's been created. So that's the same kind of mindset, that is all about me, me, me. But we are trying to do something that would be more about us, we, rather than me.
Yeah.
So that's the idea, how I thought about this idea of knowing who you are. And Esther joined forces with me, and that really expedited the whole process of this podcast, where I could start bringing these people together. Now I have a platform where we can have these people from all around the world. You won't believe, I already had, in this weekend, I had interviews with people from UAE, people from Kuwait, and also in England. Then next week I have someone from New Zealand. I already had interviews from Australia. Then in America, quite a lot of people already in the pipeline. So it'd be so interesting to know or learn from the experiences, and I'll be so happy to share it with you, because I learn in the process. You can learn something, you can become aware. Shumon Dash from London, I think. Hi, Ershad and Esther. Nice to see you both streaming live. Nice studio at background. I don't have specific hobby. So how people like me, having no hobby, are able to stay stress-free or find novel solutions as you just recommended. I don't have any specific hobby if. Okay. Shumon Dash, can you give us a call? Let's have a chat. Let's find out about you don't have a hobby you think. You have it, you don't know, it's undiscovered as yet, but it's there. You have to find out, and we'll find out today. Let's see, we can. If we fail, people who are listening, they can join. They can say that, hey, Ershad and Esther, you didn't find it, but we realized that's his hobby.
Yeah.
So let's see. Shumondash, you can give us a call. If you're in London, I think you're in London, you can call us directly, 07308192908, or any part of the world. As you know, you can call us using WhatsApp.
Well, I wanted to actually say something in the meantime, while we're waiting for the call, because when the call comes.
Please.
But remember how in lockdown I used to paint. I used to always paint. And the thing is, before lockdown, I remember when I was working, I would paint and do illustrations because I loved doing it. And it was really funny how if something was work, I would have a hard time staying awake. But if it was painting or doing my photography or whatever, I would have no problem staying up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's very interesting because I learned that when you have like a purpose to do something, it doesn't feel like a struggle. And
you're so lucky that you already had that.
I did. And I was very lucky that I have so much support around me also, because what actually ended up happening is that I decided I love painting, I love illustration, I love graphic design. Why does this need to be a hobby when this is something that I love doing? And so it became...
And you're so good at it as well.
Thank you. And it became my job.
And you have done it unknowingly on a professional level. Those things you already had done it.
Yeah.
And you had to do it, which is already there worldwide. That's been publicized.
Yeah.
But you didn't care about that at the time. You thought, okay, that's part of my job.
No, I was published in magazines. I was published on a show, and it was more. And I did lots of. I mean, I've done hundreds of graphic videos.
But in Humon's case, interesting thing is, I would mention psychologist Abraham Maslow. He said that we have something called impulse voice. So that comes at the age of 6 and 8. You have a niece who's now more than a year. Yeah.
Hey!
Let's see. We
Who do
have
we
our
have?
caller, Shumodash, probably. Hello?
Oh, hi, Ershad.
Hi. Shumondash, who's also known as Shanto, right?
Yes.
Okay, Shanto. Nice. Thanks a lot for this beautiful question. And also, I think people have some of the solutions. And also, this is something I'm discussing quite often these days with my guests as well. The podcast we do every Monday, we have the new episode. Tomorrow, a new episode coming. And this one, the specific hobby you're talking about, what I was telling Esther, there is, it's a data, it's a scientific data by a psychologist, Abraham Maslow. He said that at the age of 6 to 8 months, we have something called the impulse voice. So remember, when you are young, you have a young child as well. He or she always tries to grab at something. You can't stop, and sometimes it's fire. They go and grab it. They don't care. Anything that you consider it's a risky thing, they don't care. That's impulse voice, which as it doesn't tell us, okay, stop, don't do that. But by the age of 16, we have university, we have college, we have friends, we have teachers, we have parents. They say, Shanto, you need to become a doctor. Shanto, you need to become a lawyer. You studied law. So before that, try to remember at the age of 2 or 3, what was your favorite thing, or 4, or you can go back as long as possible. I mean, as far back in time, if you can go, tell us that there's something that you always loved to do or you wanted to do. Do you remember anything?
Well, it's very difficult. And yeah, I remember something. I used to go because I lived in a village until I was in year 8. So I used to go for play with my friends in the big field, the big green field. It doesn't matter whether it's raining or sunny or burning hot. So I can remember something like that. Hiding my parents, I used to play the whole day.
Yeah.
So that is the thing I used to love.
And after that, say, what stopped you from, because you used to love, that's football, I take. You used to play football.
Yeah, I used to play football, not only football, and there are some, the games used to play in the villages, especially the Dariyabanda. And in our village, we had a common playground next to my house. We used to play badminton as well. Well, that was very recently added in the village life, like in 1984-5. That was not very common, but it was very recently added. I used to play the badminton as well.
What was the fun part of all the activities that you used to do? Say football or badminton or playing all the other games. Why do you think, what attracted you? What was the part that was really interesting or enjoyable to you when you're going to the field to play football or badminton or Daryamandha? What was the part in all those activities that was interesting to you? If you think now, what really drew you towards those activities?
Well, if I think now, obviously the meeting my childhood friends.
You're meeting your friends, so getting together. You love the bonding, right?
Yeah, definitely. As you asked, I can remember when that was the main thing. Yeah, I can remember.
And is it also just being outside and enjoying being outside?
Yes, Esther, nice to talk to you. Yes, obviously being outside, not inside home. In the village, big field, green field, water in the canals, ponds, swimming after the football. Well, that was the main thing I can remember. That was.
But we are very fortunate. You're in London, so do you go out for a walk or discover new places where you can go around? Just take a walk, nothing else. Do you do these things now anymore?
Well, very hard to get time, the busy life. But I walk a lot because of my job purpose. I walk a lot, so like 20K stairs almost a day. I need to walk. Yeah, I explore my work areas, the new places. I do that, and I love to speak to the people. So that is the thing I enjoy at the moment.
What's stopping you?
Obviously, before the lockdown, I used to go for swimming with my son, and I'm planning to go for.
We lost his call. Shanto, please call us back. So what we are trying to, he called us back. We'll take the call again. He's back on. Yeah.
No,
that's
okay.
fine.
Line is lost.
Not a problem.
So Shanto, the thing is, your work-wise, definitely, we all have busy schedules. What time do you finish your work?
Well, it depends. Sometimes early in the evening, sometimes late in the evening. I have some shifting duty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're finishing late, you start late probably, right?
Yes.
So what time do you think on those days, say at least you might have 3 days like that when you start late? Say, for example, if you have that, So which means you have quite a few hours in the morning probably, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
got it
So
right.
early in the morning, say, have you tried, what time do you go get up from bed?
Well, that is the the question. And if I'm late for work, then I become lazy. I feel like I should not go out
We
because
all
I have
do.
to go for
Yeah.
work, and I feel stressed that I have to go for work.
Yeah.
Before I go for work, I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So, and I feel lazy as well.
Yeah.
Trust me, these are the resistance we feel as well sometimes.
Mm.
But you will try. Let's do as a try, just an attempt. It will be an experiment for you. Next time when you have a shift, probably you start work at 12 or 1, whatever the timing is. If you get up just to catch the sunrise, just for you, just see the sunrise. Don't take a walk or anything, 5 minutes. Just open the window, check it, and open the door. Go out, just see, just walk around your street. Don't go anywhere else, and come back home again. Just see that if you like that. Don't go for a long walk or anything. Don't go for exercise.
Yeah, right. I can try to follow your advice. So, what do you think? What will it make it any big difference, or what?
That's the thing. I'm
What
telling
is
you.
your experiment?
Because this experiment, what it does, it's called Pomodoro technique. So what we do normally, say every time we feel like, oh, I don't want to do exercise, I want to exercise, but I don't want to. All these things, we make many plans. There's a difference between your dreams and your actions. The dreams you take, if you don't take any actions on them, it never becomes your vision. It's just a dream or a wish. So if you start taking action, say for example, someone is saying, oh, I want to go to the gym, but I can't, Say for example, look, let me give you an example, so probably it would help you. All my life, I always chased after, not everyone has to be like that, and not everyone is as crazy as I am. So I always wanted to do something that's beyond my comfort zone. Say for example, when that I sing, and you have seen me at the university as well singing, and that's how we had this good friendship as well. Your inspirational appreciation I always appreciate. But then I thought, okay, I started playing guitar when I was quite young, but there were a couple of years when I didn't. Then I thought in London, I'll start way back again. I went to some really serious teachers who drilled me like a military. I had to go through real hard time, but I didn't leave. You know what I followed during those days? There was a guitarist, and I was starting back. They say that, okay, sleep less, play more. So what I did, I started sleeping less. That was crazy. I'm not advising anyone to do that, but I'm telling you, when you want to do something,
don't try this at
you
home.
find a solution. That's why I'm telling you the advice.
Yeah.
So at the time, I started sleeping 5 hours, so I could wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to practice, because I have my work. And anytime I would get between my work, my singing, I would just pick up the guitar. Even now, when I watch, say, a movie, I'm sitting down to watch a cinema, say Esther wants to watch a movie with me. I say, can I do one thing? Because if I'm watching a movie for an hour, it means 1 hour of my time is gone. So I sit down with the guitar. I just play my fingers, try or practice my fingers and things like that. I keep on doing. And then
there's very little noise, by the way. Like, it doesn't disturb the movie because it's not like it's plugged in. It's just quietly sort of tick, 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 tick.
But then when I was studying for my music tech degree, I never knew how to play piano, keyboard, but I understood the things because I know music. So I could learn, I could read, I could do everything. But I needed to play the technique. I said, okay, I want to learn piano now. How am I going to do that? I already sing. I go to the gym and I have my work. I have to practice guitar. You have to practice. You just can't know and don't practice. You can't leave it like this. So I'm just adding new things to myself. I write poetry as well. So then I thought, okay, let's practice. Let's do 15 minutes every day. Because if you keep at it, if you do something, start something, keeping at it, you can get there. And that's when I started practice. Then I'm like, okay, I have a studio. I always struggle with a bass guitar player. What should I do? Start learning bass. So I have to be a bass guitarist as well. Then I started, okay, guitar practice, singing, my work, writing, reading, piano practice, then add bass guitar to it. Again. So, when you have the need, and the necessity is the mother of invention. So at the moment, I gave you some example, not to say I can do all these things. I'm not like the best at everything, but I can do those things because I wanted to. And then last year, I had this bug I was bit by. I wanted to become a programmer, a computer coder. I studied law, right? And now I want to know about science because I want to do my PhD in neuroscience. So I started, again, going back to working on calculus, algebra, and computer, C program, Python. I didn't want to learn one programming, two language, Python and C++. So then I started working on that too. So what the technique is, Esther wants to say something,
I do, yes.
but I don't want to lose my train of thought because it's important. If I lose it now, you won't get the main point. The main point is when you want to do something, and if you really want to do it, you have to find that time. Our body, our mind always tells us, trust me, there are days when I get ready and I don't end up going to the gym. Even I'm wearing my shorts, my top, and my shoes, my bag is on my shoulder. I find a reason. There had been times when I failed. That's the resistance we get ourselves defeated by. But you have to do, that's why I'm saying just 5 minutes. Set your alarm. When you have enough time in the morning, get up, take a walk. Just take a walk in your street, same street where your house is. Don't go anywhere else. And come back. Just try to see the sunrise. Come home. Don't do anything. And if you want to go to bed again, go to bed. Lie down. Next day, try again. But you have to repeat. You have to show up for the thing that you want to do. Next day, you find the nearest park. Or you want to go to the next street probably. From your street to the next street. Come back home again. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Don't do too much. Come back. Because the thing you want to do, say you love to engage with nature, you want to meet friends. Well, to meet new friends, making new friends, there are a lot of ways. You are an educated person. You can probably start writing online. You'll find this community of writers all around. It can be through your Instagram or your Facebook. People might like and they might engage with you, whatever you want to do. Just give yourself that starting 5 minutes. You'll find soon that after you've done 5 minutes, you won't be able to stop. You're like, okay, I want to do
No,
it.
Ershad, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, please, go on.
Go ahead.
The way you are talking, it looks like very easy. The first step, the first day is very difficult for me, isn't it?
That's why, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Can you do 5 minutes?
Well, let me.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's not very difficult.
I mean, tell yourself that, okay, for Shanto, let's give yourself this pleasure. Just, you say that, Ershad, I want to see the sunrise. So in one of these days, next week, next Sunday, we'll talk again. And what you do in the meantime, just catch one sunrise and take a walk in your street, just on your street, just take a walk and come back home again and go under the duvet if you like. You don't have to run. You don't have to do anything. Just catch the sunrise, take a walk for 5 minutes. And also, Syra, one of our regular callers, she said planning your day really helps with keeping us motivated.
Yeah.
Definitely, you have your commitment to your family, your wife, your children, your work. And then after that, definitely you feel like, okay, I want to just come home and sit down and do nothing else. Just find another small thing that you love to do. You might not find it straight away. It's not an overnight thing, but we find it. All the examples that I have given you, you know what my hobbies is not the main thing is singing or guitar or programming or reading or writing. My main thing is I found my purpose or the meaning I find by doing something new, learning some new skills. That's my things. That's why I always keep on finding new stuff. Like knowing who you are, this platform, I'm engaging with you. This is, you can say, as a hobby too. But at the same time, we are having these discussions. People are listening to you. They would try to give you some tips. Like Syra had given quite a lot of tips. Like she said, just like going to the gym for me, well, she struggles. It's a resistance. Struggle to go, but feel amazing once I do.
Yeah.
So do this 5 minutes. You're telling me, Ershad, it's easy to say for me. It's not about me. Trust me, I tell you, I try to go to the gym if I could 7 days. It's not recommended because your muscles need the time, rest time, and to rebuild. Say even if I want to do 5 days a week, sometimes I end up doing 4 days. But when I go there, the moment I take my bicycle to go to the gym, which is stolen, by the way, last 2 days back, both our bicycles, by the way, it's stolen out of the gym.
Yeah.
So,
Very sad.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I was going to say, and this will probably help you. So you have to imagine everything you've just heard that Ershad was doing, right? So this routine with all the different things he was learning. So I arrived in his life while he was already like that, and I wasn't like that at all. I had just come out of a full-time job, which was, very, very long hours and a lot of pressure, and I left so I could really start something fresh. And he would have to, he actually, because of his work, he got up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, at least I can get up with him, make his breakfast, and then I'll go back to bed. And I did. I would always get up with him. He would go home. He would go to work. By 5:30, he was gone, and I would go back to bed. And after a while, he said, "You know what? Maybe you should read something." So then I thought, okay, fine. I'll stay a little bit awake. But then when he arrived at work, he would make a point of calling me. So at least I was awake for half an hour, and then I would go to sleep. And then eventually I just decided, this is silly because I'm getting up anyway. I'm awake anyway. So I just spent the first 3 hours of every day reading. And with that, I actually found a great, I looked at all sorts of different books, different materials to really figure out what do I really, really want to do. And through that, I actually completely figured out my hobbies, and then my hobbies became my profession. And so it doesn't have to be this massive gradient, but for me, it was just deciding not to go to sleep. But I stayed in bed and read some really, really nice books that he recommended. And that, and then we also made a habit during lockdown every day, at least, even if it was half an hour, we would go for a walk by the water because we live close to the Thames. And so just to get out, and we would, feed the swans or do something just to get out. And that also, made you realize there's other people in the world, because that's hard to remember when you're in lockdown.
You have an amazing partner, your wife. I like her because she was like, we were in the same university. She was a year or two junior to us, but such a pleasant personality and very lovely human being.
Right.
So just probably do it
together.
It's an excuse to spend more time with your wife. Probably whenever you can, you guys can take a walk for 10 minutes. That's all.
We want a selfie when you do that.
Yeah, send us a selfie. So, everyone who's watching now.
Sure, if I can, I will definitely post a selfie in your...
selfie with the sunrise, that 5 minute you do within this week, so we can post it. Next week, we'll show it on the show. So, you send me a selfie with the sunrise in any of these mornings, whenever you wake up, whenever you have a late shift.
And we'll do the same.
Yeah, we'll do the same. Let's do it.
If you send one, then we'll do the same, and we'll send it back to you.
We'll wake up and we'll take a sunrise photo for you. We'll do a selfie. Yeah. Let's do that. How about that? So we are with you. So you won't have to do it on your own. It's not that, Ershad, it's easier said than done. You're asking me to do it, but you guys won't get up.
Oh, no, we will.
We'll do that.
We'll do it too. We'll do it with you.
And we'll prove it. It won't be
the thing is that
what was that?
The thing is that I can take a selfie, but thing is that she sleeps at a sunrise when I go for a walk. When I start my day, then she starts sleeping.
I get it. I understand. Well, then just take a picture of a sunrise. It doesn't have to be the two of you. But
just yourself. That's at the moment, it's you.
Just you.
Because we want to find out what you like. And since you are the person who want to engage with people, you like to go out, engage with the nature. So that's the first thing you should try to bring back to your life. It's just one thing for 5 minutes. Look, we have 24 hours. Say if you spend watching TV or something, probably you spend, say, 30 minutes a day. One day, make it 25 minutes. And that 5 minutes, you just take for your walk.
It can be a sunset also, by the way.
Yes, if you can do a sunset.
So what I can tell, I can tell one thing. So, my son, while I drop him to the school, sometimes my other friend, they drop with their children as well.
Yeah.
The day I drop them, there is a small roundabout, a very greeny roundabout next to his school. When I drop them, I just stop my car and come out of the car and stand in front of that roundabout in one corner.
Yeah.
And I walk and I see the sunlight, the cars are moving in the round circle.
Awesome.
Then I stay there for 5-10 minutes. I enjoy that one, the greeny, the sunrise, and the cars are moving very slowly in the roundabout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I do that one. I give that 5-10 minutes for me whenever I drop, like 2-3 days in a week. I do that.
Nice.
Another thing I have for you, since you do these things and you enjoy, can you do something? Don't be a poet, don't be a writer, nothing. Just during that time when you're looking at the sun, why you looked at the sun, the setting sun, or what you felt, what you saw, just write down in your own language, whatever you feel like. It doesn't have to be like beautiful poetry, it doesn't have to be a story, anything. Just write down. Journaling is a very interesting way of clearing your mind. You don't have to write. Trust me, everything you're doing, you don't have to be special about anything. Just do it. When you see that, when you look at
Esther,
yeah,
I love another thing. I want to tell that.
See, you
my
are
wife,
answering
she's
the
a
question.
passionate gardener.
Things you love. It's fine.
Okay.
No, that's just I found out that I should let you know that what I love and how I feel stress free. Now just I'm trying to find it. When she cooks different dishes, and when I come home and I see the table is full of different dishes, especially the green vegetables, and she's a passionate gardener. And I want to finish all. I love eating. That is another thing I feel stress free.
That's a very good hobby to have, especially if you have a wife who can cook well, which sounds like it.
Yeah, that's a hobby to have.
Yeah.
So from that hobby, the effects you get to, to work on that, you definitely should work.
Thank you. At least you just helped me to find out one hobby which
and also,
for
look,
which I feel
one thing, you drive, Shanto,
good.
You drive, and I drive as well. And there had been time I had been driving, but I had made a point. This biking thing, even though bikes are not with us for a while, it got stolen just 3 days back.
It was 3 days ago.
So, but whenever I bike, trust me, every time I decide to bike, it's uphill. I literally feel my legs are hurting. But I do that. The moment I take the bike out, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And coming back, I'm fine. So there was another guest I was interviewing last week. I've done it. No, 2 weeks back. He said he drives all the time. But there are times when he leaves his car, he walks. I remember that you were in Bangladesh, you would know that growing up, what I used to do, sometimes I used to go out in the afternoon without taking my car. Say someone is driving our car, he would say, Bhaiya, would you like to take the car? I said, no, I would just take a rickshaw and just sit there and enjoy the weather. Rickshaw was so much fun growing up back in the 90s. Rickshaw was amazing in Bangladesh. Now it's everywhere, so much traffic now. So sometimes try that. If you're home, probably going to your corner store, you take your car probably. Unless you are doing big shopping. For small shopping, you want to get something, say eggs or something you're getting. Say, for example, just go walk up to the store and come back. That's your walk. So you get your work done, and that's your walk as well.
So we have two hobbies. We have walking and eating good food that the wife cooks.
Yeah, walk it off. You eat first, then you
then
go
you
out.
walk.
So you won't feel guilty
Sure.
about
Thank
this.
you. Thank you.
No worries, Shanto. Nice talking to you. So Saira added
Nice
something.
talking to you. I should give.
Yeah,
You take
please,
care,
please.
huh? Do well, and we look forward to
I
seeing
should
the
take some
photographs.
expressions for other people.
Yes.
Sure, definitely. I will. Thank you and good luck, guys.
Thank you, Shanto.
Hope
You
to see you again.
Absolutely.
And see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Saira had said, some of us are very busy giving time to everyone and everything, but sometimes forget me time. Very true.
Yeah.
It was an interesting thing I would like to say, which is Jordan Peterson, Canadian clinical psychologist. He said something. Like sometimes what we do, if we are given the responsibility of taking care of someone, say, okay, I have to give this person medicine, particular timing, I have to give this person food. We never miss out on that. That kind of responsibility we always take care, and we like, okay, at 11 you have your medicine, then at 6 o'clock if you have your medicine, and this is the time I need to give you the food. But when it's come to us, sometimes when I'm working, Esther and I mean we both do it for each other.
Yeah.
We remind when both of us, when we get into a zone when we are working, we forget about drinking water. We forget about getting up from our chair, taking a break every 25 or half an hour. So we remind each other, say, if I'm at home, I'm like, don't forget to take your break. Don't forget to take a glass of water. And Esther would sometimes, when I'm in my studio, she would just come bring me a glass of water or bring me something, a food probably, just some light snack or something. Because, or sometimes she would say, hey, come on, come out of your chair, just talk to me or spend some time for 5 minutes or things like that. So it's a way of finding that time, that gap for ourselves. That's the time, that's the me time, which Saira is talking about. Because when it comes to taking care of ourselves, we are the worst.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, Esther is coming to me, have a glass of water, she's bringing snack to me. But when she's working, she forgets about her own rest.
Yeah.
She doesn't do that for herself.
And the worst thing is, but it's actually fun, when we've just done a show, you've done a show, and then I do the editing, and then you're doing something, and we're both working, and it could be sometimes 1 o'clock, and we're both like, are you still going? Yes, me too. You know.
Yeah.
But we do make a habit, and which is really nice, actually. We decide, good, we're going to end the night at this time, but we don't just end the night. We end the evening, but then we basically will read together or we'll write together. Like we'll actually do something in the end of the night together. So it's not like we work and we go straight to bed. It's like we do something that is like, peaceful to the mind. So we don't go to bed with like, graphics in,
And go with our happy thoughts.
Yeah.
So that's why they say that gratitude and positive affirmation, you probably must have heard about this one.
Yeah.
So it's like thinking about every good thing that happened. Say, for example, when we go to bed on a Sunday night, we talk about these live shows and all the positive calls we had. And if we are happy, trust me.
It's true.
This engagement with people, that people are sharing and finding it secure to share their stories with us in this platform.
It's really nice.
It's we are fortunate to do that.
Yeah, and then we reread all the comments that everyone made. So we love it when you do that.
It's a success.
So gratifying.
Yeah. So like this is the highlight of Sunday evening.
Yeah.
So then when we go to bed, this is one of the things we'll remember.
Yeah.
We spend some time with our family in West Sussex today. So we would be happy thinking about reliving those memories.
Yeah.
Thing is, we came back from there. We didn't even get time to think or talk about it because we had to get to the live straight away. But we enjoyed. You are our family too. So we are spending that time.
Absolutely.
So we have quite a lot of people listening to us already. So is there anyone who'd like to give us a call and share their experience? We started by talking about spotlight effect. Okay, you read the message from Saira.
So she's saying, I can read from here. I love how you mentioned journaling. I always do it, and I felt like reading out your own feelings or listening to your own thoughts can also be such an eye-opener, and it helps us to know ourselves and grow. This is very true, actually. Remember, I actually pulled out some of my diaries when I was 7 years old, and I remember reading some things out to you, and you look back at that, you thought, God, yeah, I felt that way at that time. And I have a little diary. It's called Esther's Happy Moments, and it just has in there.
One diary? You have several different ones.
Well, I have one that I'm keeping at the moment because I finished ones throughout time. But the one I have at the moment is just when something nice happens or something good happens, I write down how I felt about that at that time. And it's like having a photo album in writing. It's like every one of them gives me like a happy.
Now, this lady here, she's very systematic. When I first met her, she had memories from her young childhood up to now, and she would do it despite her busy work schedule and everything. I've seen her. She would keep up till 2 o'clock, which I don't recommend at that time, and she would have coffee and everything. She had given up now. But she would wake up or keep up just to do the scrapbooks, just to write her journal, and which she still does. Now she mentioned about the small book, which is what you call that book?
It's Esther's happy memories.
Esther's happy memory. So I don't remember many of the dates of our personal encounters, things we had done together, going out and everything. She has everything. All the dates are there with pictures, and on the pictures we have. She's amazing. These things, and I've learned a lot of things. But journaling, when it comes to it,
Yeah.
she is systematic. She started at the age of 7,
6.
6,
Yeah.
and she's still doing it.
Yeah.
And she does it systematically. As I recommended to Shumon as well, when you look at the sun, if that's your happy memory or happy moment, come home and write anything.
Yeah.
That there's a thing called like your mental or spiritual windshield wiper. So in the morning, whatever you feel like, you don't have to be really poetic or anything. Just write down. If you feel like, oh, why did I even get up to do this thing, this journaling? You just write down about that.
Yeah.
That why did I get up to do my journaling at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Why did Esther and Ershad tell me to get up at sunrise?
Exactly, right? Shubhandash, write about that. Okay, Syra said, my girls do it every day before bed. Also helps children to write better and express feelings.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
true. Very
So how did you start? Syra,
Oh my
how did you
gosh.
start or get them to do it?
This is
I'm
great.
sure you are the inspiration because
Yeah.
you do it yourself.
It's true because my father actually bought me my first diary,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to love writing, and I used to write. I mean, it's there's these 6-year-old little notes where it says, "Today my mom was nice. My sister was not nice. My brother was stupid. I have a toothache. Good night."
So this is the example of journaling. So Shumon, you can say, I'm looking at the sun. I came to drop my son off to his school. Now I'll go home. I'm walking back to my car. That's your journaling. I mean,
yeah.
that's the easiest way you can think of. So, sorry.
Oh, this is funny.
Shumon, thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy that if just we would wait for that selfie, or if you write something, say write down anything that you have done, say within this next 7 days, just read it out to us.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Just write down 2 lines, 3 lines. Everything start with very small step. No one is asking you to do a half an hour of exercise, just
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Look what Sarah says. Sarah says, I'm stealing your idea. I'm making a happy moments diary for them. Yay!
Yeah.
That's cool. I should trademark that. No.
Yeah.
I actually got my diary. It's a tiny one. And it has it's almost enough to make 2 or 3
I
lines.
feel like you should go and
I
get
should
your
go get
diary.
it,
I can
yes.
carry on
Okay,
this
okay,
conversation.
okay.
Okay, Esther is getting the diary while I'll keep you engaged. And in the meantime, someone can give us a call. So you can see the diary that Esther keeps. So she'll show you live during the show. It's a beautiful diary. And I love that too. And I see that. Let me tell you what happens. Sometimes I go and sit down at her desk and use her laptop because she does many of the editing. So I go there. I work with the video files, work on the system and change things here and there if I want to. So then I see when I'm sitting at her desk, she just sits next to the desk on a sofa and she just takes a diary out when I'm taking, say, half an hour, and she would just start writing. That's her journaling of the day. So, thank you. And Sarah is saying these are the reasons that I love this show. Oh my God, all the scrapbooks are here. And we can show some of the things.
Okay.
It might inspire people.
So first of all, this is my little diary. Oh, God. You can buy it and pay. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, you can see it. Here we go. So it says Esther's Happiness Journal. I made it myself in the front.
So you know it's not all talk, it's real.
No. And then so you can see here, basically, I'm not going to show you every part of it, but, sometimes it's a big thought, sometimes it's a small one. So, for example, let's see, 2nd of January.
Wow, you're reading out. Okay, good.
Yeah, I am. This is 2nd January this year. I cooked lunch for Baba when he came home. It was so scary. I don't know how to cook, but somehow it worked out okay. I love spending time with him. I'm starting to read other books that he suggested. This is really fun. I like Bangla cooking.
She learned how to cook like Bangladeshi style cooking, curries and everything.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
So she's, you.
Anyway,
okay.
I wanted to show you because I've been keeping journals since I was young. And in the end, I had so many different journals of so many different sizes that I put them all in a scrapbook. And here you'll be able to see.
On the camera.
So first of all, my mom is an illustrator and she would keep a diary of my day-to-day activities. and she actually made cartoons, which you probably can't really
Yeah.
see, but you can't here. So here, for example, some examples, like she would make the cartoons and I was 3 years old and I would color them in. So that's my first diary where my only...
We didn't plan it, so
No, we
the
didn't.
logistics are not there.
No, sorry about
But
that.
no, it's impromptu. And also, during the time when she visited Bangladesh,
Yeah.
she had kept a diary every day,
Yeah.
but about all the good things.
Yes.
That there are many things that happen we probably not to our favor or in our favor, but she kept only the journaling just limited to the things, the happy memories.
Yeah. So,
So-
here's a quick picture of...
Yeah.
This is my first diary when I was 6. You can see my writing. And anyway, so it just kept going until I was older, and later on it started having pictures in there. And I also, every time I went to a place, I collected money and I put them in there. You can see here there's the taka, 2 taka at the bottom. So anyway, that's what I did. And I have scrapbooks. I have lots of scrapbooks with lots of things in, all my happy memories.
And Sarah added, can I just say this is a great way for teenagers to channel their stress?
Yes.
As we know, stress and anxiety cases
Yeah.
are very common in teenagers these
Yeah.
days, especially after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Love your diaries. Wow, what a beautiful diary. Well, she had quite a lot, and there are also many. She just brought 2 here. So this is part of her scrapbook, which she updates. And everywhere we go, every time she collects those stuff. Even say, for example, if I bring sweets from East London, like which I did the other day, she would keep the box if she likes it. Then she would cut it out. She would put in the scrapbook. She writes something little. That's a journal too.
Yeah. So here, for example,
Bangladesh coming.
yeah, this is when we were in Bangladesh. So we were shopping in the mall. These were the bags. That was the
Bisharong.
Bisharong. And then we also had... We went to Basket.
Basket, there is a shop in Chittagong, in Kulshi, so people would be able
There's
to...
all the receipts of all my
all the
purchases.
receipts, the things she had bought, and people used to
God.
love her there. She would turn up,
Yeah, it's so funny.
and Sarah said a true Torian.
Yes. You
And
know,
all the sweets, all the food she liked. Look, guys, you should remember potato crackers from Bangladesh, still there, same taste. Then she has sugar bun, and then well food.
Yeah.
And there's a restaurant, Chittagong Tiber restaurant. So she kept
Yeah.
receipts of. So what I'm saying here is an example how you keep yourself engaged. If that's her hobby, she kept at it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she's
it's
doing
fun.
it. She's showing up. So she feels like it's like religiously she follows that, and
Yeah.
she fills it up.
No, it's
So
true.
it has everything. So if I want to know about something about Bangladesh, then I can go back and think about the same day, about the memory.
This was a bouquet of flowers that I received from, what's his name again? From the guy who met us in the hotel, and his son who gave you the guitar.
Okay, summer.
Somewhere, that's right. So they gave me a bunch of flowers for our engagement, and I kept one flower which is pressed, so it's here forever.
So that's from Chittagong, Shamurda from Chittagong. There's a band, Soft Touch.
Touch, yeah.
By the way, we have to send them a video, but we're doing it live now, and we would send you the video as well. Shamurda had said that they're doing a reunion for the 30 years. They're celebrating the 30 years of the band
Wow.
in Chittagong. So best wishes to you, Shamurda.
Yes.
And the help I got, you might have seen pictures,
Oh
probably
my
people
God,
might have
he
seen
was
with a guitar.
amazing, yeah.
That was his son's guitar, which
Yeah.
I borrowed,
Yeah.
or he lent it to me. And Syra said potato cracker. Yeah, just imagine Mr. Twist, my favorites, Mr. Twist and potato cracker.
Yeah.
So both of these amazing tastes still the same. Syra,
Yeah.
if you haven't tried it, you should try that. If you go to East London, probably they sell it there. I'm not
They
sure.
do. Now they actually Mr. Sweet, was it? That was in East London?
Yeah, they do it, right?
Yeah, they have
Okay.
potato crackers and they're hanging outside the store.
By
like
Whitechapel, I
just
think.
Just
You
like
can
they do
find
in Bangladesh.
If you miss that, if you like that taste, if you grew up on that,
Yeah.
on that diet,
Yeah.
you should try that.
If you want to grow back your rice belly.
Yeah. I said that's a good hobby.
What,
Like-
getting a rice belly?
No.
Oh.
Just eating everything that your wife cooks.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
What did you cook tonight?
I didn't because you cooked.
Okay, I cooked. Yeah. So I'm going to enjoy my own food tonight
Yes.
with her.
He's a very good cook, but he told me how to do it. I make breakfast every morning and it has dashi tea with it, proper, you know. Ooh,
Yeah,
who's
we have
calling?
Sarah. We have
Sarah!
Hi. I had to sneak out because I had to call.
Oh, you
How
are
you
so
guys?
adorable.
I had to call. There's a reason.
Yeah.
It's totally out of the topic, but when I saw your journals,
Yeah.
can you hear me okay? My washing machine is a bit loud. Sorry about that. So, you know how you look at your journals and
Yeah.
it just takes you back to that time.
Yes.
I have something like that. When I'm doing something fun or I want to remember the time, I play a certain music because I feel like when you listen to that particular music again, it just straight away takes you back to how you were feeling, how everything was, what someone maybe have said. So yeah, I love your diary. That's such a great idea.
Yeah, and what it actually also did for me, it forces you to write down things, and in the end, I always would end the night with writing one sentence, which in Dutch is morgen moet het een leuke dag worden, which means tomorrow it will be a great day. And I wrote that every single night. And it became a running joke between the family members when we say goodbye. Tomorrow's going to be a great day, you know.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I have a photograph. I mean, I was 6 when I started that. Is a picture of me writing. That's actually the writing itself. I have it on my desk as a constant reminder that tomorrow will be a great day.
I get surprised, Sarah, you know, when I saw that and she literally has that, I was thinking, oh my God, at 7 years, I mean, that's the age, a tender age. How would you know all these things? By the way, we lost Sarah. Probably.
Oh, no.
So Sarah's going to call back anyway, I'm sure.
I can call her.
And yeah, you can call her too. So amazing. And we can call her directly as well, whatever works.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's in London. Okay,
Hi.
great.
Hello. Sorry, we lost you.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
It's all right. It's all too great for the material universe, I think.
Yes, two Taurians together.
Oh yes,
it's not possible.
Oh yes,
no,
absolutely.
it's not possible. I love your ideas. I'm stealing them.
Yeah, no, please. Because what it will make them do, it will automatically make them reaffirm that there's good things that happened, and that's what they'll go to sleep with. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. I love that idea of you. That
and you know, she writes them most of the time, probably sometimes lying in bed as well. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'll put it.
So you are going to bed, going to sleep with these happy thoughts. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's so good for mental health.
It is, yeah.
Because our brain, you know, it keeps on process all the thoughts, and throughout the night, that process goes on. So all this, if it's negative thought that you have, that will go on a loop. You wake up with all this negative feeling, but if you go to bed with this positive thought, that will be on a loop all night, and then you wake up. And also, you'll have some happy dreams as well. Not like a trainee is chasing you, you're running on the track. It won't be like that.
Well, we can't.
Definitely.
Oh, boy. Good. Well, we would love to hear about how that goes.
Definitely.
You know, Sarah, I have to share one thing.
I'll let you know. I'm actually going to take a picture.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Before you go, Sarah, one thing I want to share with you. Esther is here. She gets really worried with me because on the live, I say things to people. She's like, she keeps on grabbing my hands. Please, no, let him stop. Oh, he's trying to. Okay, what are you doing? Mind your manners. You know?
I do that to my husband. I can't say a thing about that.
She's on my side, baby. I'm afraid. Sorry.
But you know, my thing is,
I'm sorry, Bhaiya. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. You don't have to be. What I'm saying, being yourself, whatever I am, I just present myself black and white because that's how we all should be. This is very important.
That's so true.
So that's what I try to
I mean, it took me a while. Yeah. It took me a while to, you know, come to terms that it's okay what other people think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
We're listening. That's why we're silent.
Okay, because I think something happened.
No.
There was a sound. Anyway, but it took me a while to come to terms that it's okay what other people think. It's not about that. It's about if I am being myself or not, you know, to have that confidence. So I try to give that to my children because growing up back home, it's quite hard. You know, it's not like that. You would know how it is because rules are different, and you know, everyone's teaching you to
what's the proper way of behaving.
What's the proper way? This is how it should be done, but that's not how it is. So you kind of grow into feeling like, oh, this is not appropriate, or if it doesn't matter if I want to do this, it's not the right way.
Always
But
scared.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
that's why I
have
try to
second
teach my
thoughts.
kids that
Yeah.
just be yourself.
That was the topic. I don't know if you got to hear. We started by saying this spotlight effect. It's a psychological situation that's been termed, and it was back in the 90s. It's Thomas Gilovich. Yeah, that's what he invented, and he said that this spotlight effect is a thing that you, everywhere you go, you feel like the spotlight is on you directly.
Yeah.
You're the center of
Yeah.
attraction for everyone, while everyone is probably busy with their own thoughts and thinking what you are thinking of
Yeah.
them. They're busy because they have the same kind of
Yeah.
effect. How did you
I know.
overcome that feeling every time you face? Because
Oh,
it's even harder since you come from a background where you've been, you have been taught all
yes.
this.
I mean, that's a good question. When I first came to UK, I was 18. So that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I felt that all the time, and being in a different country as well. But I was in a position where I had to push myself to get out of my comfort zone and do stuff, because I was my life was in a situation where I had to do things even if I didn't want to. I think those are the things that really pushed me. For example, I was first, when I came, I started a job in McDonald's. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know which one's 50p, which one's a 20p, but I have to be quick. So, you force yourself, you get out of it, and you think, no, I can do this. Because I thought, I'm never going to be able to work. No way, I'm not doing this,
Yeah.
But you force yourself to come out of your comfort zone. You have to have that thing that, no, I am going to do this out of my comfort zone. Let's see what happens. I think that's what got me out of my comfort zone to say no. Yeah, that no, I can do this. I can do other stuff too.
Yeah.
Just one little bit of that push, and then once you get to that point where you have that self-confidence, you can do everything else.
Yeah.
After that,
you're like, okay, one thing done. What's the next thing? And every time you go back to that memory, how you got that part done, which was very difficult initially, then you are like, okay, you're laughing off, and then afterwards you go to the next difficult thing.
Yes, like it was when I became a teacher in the primary school, and speaking out in public was, oh my God. I was like, I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't feel anything. My heart was beating in my throat. But you have to do it. And you just get there, tell yourself to calm down, just deliver. Like I got it wrong first, but alhamdulillah, it's all done. It's done.
It's good.
Second time was better. Third time was even better.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what people think, really.
No.
But it's hard to get to that point.
Do you still get that sometimes here and there?
Randomly? I do. I get it when I call you guys.
Oh.
You shouldn't.
Like, oh my God, like, I'm on live?
Your
no
support,
way.
and we love you so much.
I'm getting there.
That's funny. I used to feel the same way when I used to call on the show before I was even, part of the show.
Esther's first call, let me tell you what she did. She called on my show.
I would like
with Ershad, and she was like, she was talking to me live on the show. And she was like, hi, Ershad invited me to call on the show today.
I didn't know I was speaking to him.
She was talking to me.
And I thought I thought I'm speaking to some sort of operator, because obviously I'm looking at the show, which is 5 minutes faster than my call, or 5 minutes behind. So I'm saying, so Ershad told me that I should call him because I'm his friend. And I'm saying this on the live show, and he's like, this is Ershad. I'm like, okay, and I'm still not tracking, and I'm basically telling my story, not realizing I'm talking to him.
And I was like, Esther, I invited you. Shh, don't tell my secret.
So bad.
Yeah, so every now and then it happens. But the thing is that after that, she was a regular feature on that show.
Yeah, I called every week after.
She called every week on every show.
Yeah.
So the thing is, as you're saying, when you get this, it's a resilience. That's the word, basically.
Yeah.
Every time that you build that muscle now, you're quite strong. That's why you don't. If you didn't have to watch over your kids probably to look after them now, since I think they're off to bed now, you would have called straight away. You won't even.
Oh think. Yes, I love it. I love this show. I would have called straight away.
Nice.
Yeah, coming from a resilient person. So how you perfect example of your spotlight effect, and thanks for sharing that experience with us.
No, it's
Amazing.
a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking. But I do get a rush from it now. Now I just want to push my boundaries over and over again, see what I'm capable of.
That's awesome.
It just gives you a rush that,
Yeah.
By the
you
way,
hate
your
doing
journaling,
that.
do you do it every day?
Oh, yes. Journaling has been in my life ever since I was 9.
Wow.
Sometimes it's very dangerous when your parents get hold of it. But
I'll share
I
with you
promise my
a
kids.
secret. I mean, after you finish, how I did my journal.
Oh God.
All that stuff that you don't want parents to know.
Yeah.
But I do promise my kids that I'm not going to look. I have to give them that because it's not nice. But they do it as well, and I do it, and I feel like it's a way of looking at yourself from somebody else's point of view as well.
Yeah.
When you think, oh, was I feeling like that time? What made
Yeah.
me feel like that
Yeah.
time? Oh, I
Amazing.
loved that. That means I love these kind of things.
Yeah.
Like going out for a walk. I do that every week. I either go for a drive if it's too cold, listen to some music as I'm driving, or go for a walk, because I feel like if I don't do that, I cannot function the rest of the week.
Nice.
That's something I need to do just to
Good.
recharge myself.
I'm
Yeah.
very proud of you. You're very inspirational.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Thank you. I try my best. Not
Yeah.
perfect.
Before you go,
But
my
yeah.
secret of journaling, because I started writing poetry. So my
I love
poetry
poetry.
back in the days, because I was still probably just in my 6th or 7th grade, I would find the hardest
Yeah.
possible word in English dictionary. And I would just, that's first layer, right? The hard word. So people have to probably look up the word in the dictionary. That's one. Second layer is that word, if you know the meaning, the verbatim, it won't give you the information because it was just a metaphor for the feeling of that experience.
Oh,
So I used to just,
but yeah, that's deep. That's
Yeah,
deep.
it
yeah,
was.
that's deep. So,
Wait till you hear what the words were in the, one of
okay,
the famous.
let me give you one example.
I need to.
It's
my
name
God.
of one
Yes,
of my poetries, which I probably wrote in my 6th grade. I laugh, and every time we use that at home, it was called Sacrosanct Judas.
Oh my day.
So every time I would find, there's another one, aleatory panorama. So the thing is, once my uncle, he came home, he said, oh, you write poetry. And they think Bangladeshe to shobai, everyone in Bangladesh, when they start writing poetry, it's like you have definitely fallen in love. So he thought he's going to find about my
I was
love
gonna say
life
that.
or my romantic life, the boy in puberty, in his puberty. So he took my diary, he started reading. And he was totally silent. And he was like, okay,
He needed a dictionary.
take your diary. Because he didn't get a single thing. And I was laughing. I said, you won't get it. I have so many layers of security devices already in place. No one can find it.
God. Oh,
So he didn't get the deepness of Sacrosanct Judas.
I have to look it up. I have to look it up because I don't know what that
You can
means.
define it right
Yeah,
now.
sacrosanct is something that is very precious to you. Or that's something, it's like if you go beyond that point, it's sacrilegious. I hope you know that.
Okay.
And Judas, it's a character from the Bible.
The traitor.
Wow.
I had started hiding my
Goddamn.
feelings like that, but that's when it was with me, and I'm writing poetry all the time. And part of this, you probably have seen the photos that I performed last couple of days back in a theater, part of this British Bangladeshi Poetry Collective. I even shared this information with them. This is how we start sometimes. And journaling.
Look,
Yeah,
you
please.
remembered, because you wrote it down. That's why.
Yeah,
Sometimes when we write it down,
exactly.
we remember things
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
That was
it's
a
very
poetry.
true, yeah.
That's why you remember. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Every time I want to
Seriously.
scare Esther off, I would just say some of the names of my poetry. That's enough. You know?
You see, most
true.
children would
That
just
is
say, I'm angry. But you said there's a condition of Sacrosanct Judas in the universe.
How can you be serious?
I know.
No way.
But the best part is I can
You can.
totally see little teenage Tanvir over there saying it with all the seriousness of the world.
By the way, you definitely know my nickname, right?
Oh,
Tanvir, you know that.
Tanvir is his nickname.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Okay, good.
You
Excellent.
probably
Yeah.
know. So yeah,
Yes.
that's what just to share this interesting thing that had happened in our lives.
Yeah.
These experiences we go through, we learn something out of it. Now I
Yeah.
go back, I
Yeah.
feel like, oh my God, I started doing it and that's stayed with me. Now
Yeah.
I'm still carrying on, but in a different
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Now my words are easier. I can keep my teeth intact. Everything is fine. You know.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise we would need dictionaries to read. Like, this is not okay. But yeah, with that, I was just talking to my daughter the other day, and I was telling her about experiences and how bad experiences are such good things as well. Because if we didn't have them, they teach us so much.
Yeah.
That's just another thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was teaching them that bad experiences are so important
Yeah.
as well in our lives.
Well, bad
So be
experiences
grateful.
and pulling through them and coming out of them specifically.
Yeah.
And
But
Yeah. And how
unfortunately,
we did it.
Sarah, what we do normally, this is a human tendency as well, because we want to be secure all the time.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
anticipate if we do this, it would be a bad experience. Say, for example, probably every time you try to call, there's a resistance from inside. It's telling you, Sarah, don't do that. Come on, everyone is listening. And it would end up being a very bad experience for you. What if you say something wrong? So
Yeah.
that's your resistance that's coming from inside. But that's when you stop it, you conquer that fear, that uncertainty, and that fear is gone.
It's good.
Yeah. The reason why I called today.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you can write in your journal tonight you overcame that hurdle and you spoke to two mad people
yes.
on the show.
Esther was sweet. Ershad wasn't that good. So, and good night. I'll have a better day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be a great
I
day.
needed I needed to find Oxford Dictionary for that. But so nice to speak to you. You
Yeah,
guys
you
have a
too.
lovely
Sarah.
night, and
You too.
speak to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Lovely.
Tomorrow will be a great
Bye.
day.
Tomorrow will be a great day. Yes, Esther. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
We
that's
have
awesome.
Shahana Mansoor. She's from Texas, Houston, Texas, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she was Miss Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They had a competition there, and she was. So Sohana. Oh my God.
Hannah.
Sohana Mansoor. So if you're still listening to it, you can give us a call. She's quite an active person. She sings, she dances, she's
Great.
a model, and there are a lot of things she does.
Nice.
So you can give us a call, and she's in America at the moment. The time probably, I don't know, probably she's driving or at work or sitting at work. She's probably, taking her phone out and listening to us. We are very grateful.
I mean, it's very early in the
whatever
morning
way-
for Texas right now. It's
Do you
about,
think?
well, it's 8:15 right now.
No,
so
they're
it'll be-
behind.
Yeah, that's what I mean, early in the morning,
How come? If they're behind.
because they go back in time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you go 5 hours back, it'd be 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, I see. No,
Right.
but I thought they were 9 hours behind us.
I don't
No?
think so.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Swana, if you're, because if
Another
it's
reason
America,
to call.
oh, America, yeah, 5-6 hours probably. We are London, not Bangladesh.
No,
So I think, yeah, correct us, or you can quickly Google it.
Oh, wait,
What's the local time of
let's
Texas?
find out
Not
what
this-
is
this
the
one.
time in. Oh yeah, we're using that one.
Yeah.
What is the time? You keep
So
talking. you
that
losing
be really, so Esther is checking what's the local time in Texas. And Sohana, if you're there, you can make it easier for us. You can give us a call. So people we're talking about, and Sarah was a great example. Yeah,
time.
2:14.
Okay, 2:14. Okay,
So
good.
they're 6 hours behind. Yeah. So whoever is watching, we started about talking about the self-awareness, and we always become quite conscious what people are thinking about anything we do. Syra had given some amazing examples, and Syra is from London, and I think she had experience coming from a different country at the age of 18, and the things she had faced and how she overcame, especially the spotlight effect. No matter what you do, at what age you are, you are prone to it. You can get that effect, and you can feel that self consciousness that, oh my God, what I'm saying is not right, what I'm doing is not right. Ershad, please don't do that. Ershad, please stop. And all this, but because we are worried about people all the time. Yeah, definitely you can transgress, and things you do sometimes, you can do things in a better way, but you have to take the first step. If you feel like doing it, your mistakes are yours. Your life is yours. And if you want to do those things, take the first step. If that makes you feel good, do it. I mean, you don't know these people. You know, every now and then there are things we do. Say we are taking a walk. There are times that I would feel, shall I do it? And she's asking me to do a certain things or act in a certain way. And I'm like, no, people are watching, people are doing this. And then I think they're all strangers. I'll go back home and most of the people I see around me, I don't even know them. And even if they are looking at me directly and thinking something about me,
They're
do I
probably never going to see you again.
yeah, they probably never would see me again. I won't see them again.
Yeah.
So who cares? But I'm losing out on the wishes that I have now. This is my moment. It's not their moment because this is my body, my soul, my mind. If I'm losing on this moment, that's the point. Exactly, Sarah. You can write it. What's the point? You can, so it will be there as a comment so people can come and read it. That'd be nice. No, I mean, these valuable listeners we have here, and every day they're growing with every episode, they're growing. Is Saira there? Anwar Sadi, he joins us every week. Mashur had some amazing, I mean, this long list of inspirational bullet points that had given to us. Amazing.
Yeah, and then we also know that because the show is then it actually recorded, there's a lot more people that watch it afterwards who then can benefit from this also. So it's not just the people that are with us today, which I think it's been 40 to 50 up to, every sort of given show. And
No, the viewership, every time I finish a show, I
it's
see
bigger,
that
it's
it's
more
more,
and more
than
and more,
nearly
yeah.
sometimes it's going up to 1,000 now.
yeah.
But the
Like
thing
once
is,
it's been actually posted, you mean? And go,
I'm so
absolutely.
happy that every time
great.
I see that they're getting to see it, it's not because you're getting to see our show.
Yeah.
It's about all these talks we are having. It will make you think.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Because knowing who you are, the podcast, when I started, every Monday, new videos coming out. I'm having a chat with someone who's expert, who has achieved something, and who can share some valuable experiences with you, and you can learn something. That's one thing. That's our long show. But I thought, how about the people? You definitely watch it. But if you have questions and if you have a certain emotion that it has evoked in you after you have watched it, how are you going to share with us? That's when we thought about starting this live stream. And Saira had explained, the fact that this is my moment. True.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something, the moment you feel like, shall I do it? But you feel like doing it, that's when you tell yourself, this is my moment. It's not about what others think. True. Something we have what is it? Sometimes we have something amazing to offer, but we are hiding it. True. Like you had this beautiful information and the things you have done, some examples, the experiences. You didn't think about who's thinking what. You shared with us and you felt safe. That's something we have taken it from you as a gift. But we are hiding it. Maybe being yourself will actually amaze people.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like you amazed us and the listeners as well.
Yeah.
Mashrur goes for
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah.
How your resilience, your sense of responsibility have started this new business for you. Amazing. 100% agreed to Saira.
Nice.
Sohana, give us a call. Don't just write. You are a good talker, I know, and you do so many things. You're an entrepreneur as well, and you're creating a lot of interesting things. She sings as well. So you should give us a call and let us know. Share something. The spotlight effect. How often do you get self-conscious and think that, oh my God, what other people are thinking? Pache loke kichu bole.
And how do you handle it?
How do you handle it?
Yes. How do you
Please,
overcome it?
it would be really nice if you call us on WhatsApp on that number 0044 7308 192908. People like you who are very active. When you are active, when you keep on doing new things, you always stumble. You face some stumbling blocks as well, some obstacles. People like you, anyone who wants to get some new skills and who take up new ventures, they face certain obstacles, and always your mind or something is telling you, don't do it. You have the resistance. And also, okay, great. Swan is calling us.
Cool.
We are waiting for that call, probably. Keep the WhatsApp open. And yeah, we'll wait for the call. So what I'm saying, whenever you start something new, that's when you get this feeling that whether I should do it, what other people would think. But when you have done it, you feel that people probably end up appreciating your effort, your talent, your skill. And as Sarah said, you have something amazing to offer. They get to see that.
Very true.
So Sohana is probably getting ready to give us the call. We are waiting for that. In the meantime, so whoever is watching, if you're getting anything out of this conversation we are having through the phone calls and what I'm saying as well, and I would like you to look out on the channel Knowing Who You Are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. You can download, you can follow, you can listen to this on the go. If you don't want to watch the YouTube video, but you can subscribe. So what it helps, how it helps us. And also because by subscribing, you get the notification first. You can leave your comments as well. And I would know who's commenting and what you're recommending and what you want to see next. So I have new episode coming midnight tonight. And you'll see that it's an amazing interview I have done with a transformational coach from Middlesbrough. So he has something amazing to offer. This conversation we have, and everyone is different, and they have something different to offer to you. So you can listen to that podcast, which is coming midnight tonight, and that's part of our Monday podcast release. And a week after, there's another amazing one, a young guy at the age of 21. What he's achieving, he has achieved so far, you'd get to know, and how resilient he is. It's a lesson. Even for me, when I was listening, I was getting surprised. Amazing. So these are signs. So Sohana is probably joining us. I'm waiting for a call. And in the meantime, Esther, if you'd like to add something, because I'm running out of water. I'm talking so much. I'm drinking.
No, I think it's really interesting from the journal aspect as well. I think it's because I was looking at, well, what was the journal doing for me? Actually, I used to imagine that I'm talking to my grandmother.
Wow.
Because I used to actually call, my journal was called Nina, which is her name. And I would say, "Dear Nina, this is what happened." Because my grandmother was always a very good listener, and she's always been a great inspiration to me in many ways. And then after a while, I wouldn't write "Dear blah" anymore because I actually got a little bit upset that I never got an answer. So it somehow didn't feel like I was talking to her. And then I realized, well, why do I don't need her?
By the time she was gone?
No, she was still alive.
Okay.
She was still alive, but it was more like, well, why am I writing to her? Because I could just talk to her, and I would talk to her a lot. But a little bit later, it's almost like I grew up, and it became more like I was growing up, and I didn't really want to share with her anymore because I was a teenager now. So now I'm not going to talk about the boy that I fancied in school, or somehow it felt wrong talking to my grandma because the whole dynamic changed. So anyway. Oh, I see.
By the way, what was the name of the boy you fancied in your high school? Joking. So anyway, Sarah, I already know the name and I've seen them. So Sarah Ekram Samad. Again, I write to my late parents often. It makes me feel like I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
She has lost her mother. I think it's been a year probably.
No, it was more recent than that, I think it was.
No, not more recent.
No?
She had the death anniversary was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But she lost her father 3 years back, I think, if I'm not wrong. But Sarah can let us know. I could be making a bit of a mistake. But it was
either way, it was recent because we spoke
about
that 2
weeks
ago.
Lost both of her parents.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Because we had the
So
anniversary.
how hard it is. We are so fortunate. Whoever has their parents.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing.
When you lose them, you know how valuable they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what this call is about. It could not be on the show, probably.
Oh, really? Should I answer?
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
You want to unplug that?
No, it's fine.
Well, we don't have to answer it. It's okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. So Esther is leaving the show.
I'm just going to take a call to make sure this was not something else.
Okay. Anyway, that's a live show. My host is leaving the show in the middle of the live show. Anyway, she left me alone so I can carry on. I can talk. She's coming back and someone is calling us in 10 minutes. What an amazing Sunday evening. So she's coming back. Esther will join me anyway. So what she was saying about the journaling, she had started writing to her grandmother. So we definitely have people, sometimes it could be a school friend. So like it could, I'm talking to probably even everyone, even to Shanto Shumundash, who was with us earlier on the phone, that this hobby, and even if we're struggling to write, I remember there was a time writing letter was a thing, and I had written a letter myself. I have written a letter when I had talked about my experiences. And I used to send letters to another country, to one of my cousins probably. For that, I had to wait for a month, even for her to receive, for him to receive, and to get that reply another month. So one letter, I had to really wait for it for nearly 2 months. So those were the times I realized how important it is writing. Writing is, and when you express your feelings through writing, that's very important, because then it's again, I always bring this analogy of muscle. Like, you build those muscles, you build that strength in you of writing, sharing experiences. Why I'm talking about this, like Esther was saying, she used to write to her grandmother. And so Shumon can probably, every time he gets to see something, if there's someone in your life who's not with you probably anymore, you can write to that person and tell how you spent your day today, what the sunrise was like, what the sunset was like. And when you're stopping, coming out of your car, making an effort to see the beauty or engage with the nature, what you experience, what we are feeling like, you can definitely share. That's one way. That's a very interesting way. I mean, if you feel like, okay, talking to yourself, journaling, it doesn't make sense. That's why many people address their diaries like Dear Diary, Dear Me, or sometimes many ways they do it. Sarah, how do you address your diary whenever you write your diary? How do you do that? If you can let us know, that'd be nice. So, like, when I write, I definitely write in first person, but normally my diaries are more about the things I'm thinking. So it's almost like a journaling of my thoughts, things that are conflicting. Say I read something and I have come across a conflicting ideas. What I've read, it's not really matching these two things, and it's creating some questions inside me. So I just write them down. You can do this. There's a term called spiritual windshield wiper in the morning, early in the morning. So our presenter is coming back. Esther is coming back to her chair, so I would like to welcome her.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. The co-presenter.
Yes.
You're the presenter. I'm the co-presenter. Sorry. That
So,
was a phone
yeah,
call. He did not intend to call for the show.
so that's fine. It's not the call from the show, anyways.
But he gives good
that's
wishes for the show.
Oh, okay. That's really nice. So that's what I was saying, and I was asking Sarah how she addresses her diary, because I was saying I never wrote like Dear Diary, Dear Me, even though I came across those ideas. Like, you started writing to your grandmother, then how did the addressing change? I mean,
There was no address after that point.
no address after
I
that.
felt there were certain things that I really shouldn't be discussing with my grandma. And then it sort of became just my thoughts,
Who did you write to then?
myself.
So you're like, Dear Me?
No, I just wrote.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Speaking to yourself.
You know, today was an absolutely amazing day, or today was a horrible day, or something happened, blah, blah, blah.
So,
Today he smiled at me.
oh my God. Yeah.
I was a
Yeah,
teenager.
how old were you?
At 12.
Okay.
Don't be jealous, dear.
What? No. What was I doing when I was 12?
I don't know. You were 1 year older than me, so you
Yeah,
were 13.
I was 13.
You were writing Sacrosanct Judas.
I was
probably.
writing Sacrosanct Judas. I was thinking about the new cricket bat I would be buying.
That's right. And you were thinking about the universe.
Fighting with my mom to get me a new cricket ball.
And how the universe was composed.
Yeah.
And if we were going to be invaded by aliens.
While I was told, okay, have you seen this new girl in town or in the other school? And I would be like, when would you leave? It's time for my practice. You know? Anyway,
Typical.
yeah, I was a bit of a geek anyway.
Yes. Sorry,
But the thing
that's why we love you.
No, I mean, yeah. Geeking out was fun, which still is.
Yeah,
So I don't
no,
mind.
you're still very good at it.
So we have quite a lot of people still watching.
Yeah.
So on that note, we were talking about the spotlight effect, the effect you get, what makes you self-conscious, self-aware, and you feel like when you're not confident about your own self-worth. That's one of the problems. You see, we think that if we buy the new watch or this new phone, this brand clothes, and all these things, that we feel that it would increase our self-worth, but that's not something external. Because, say, for example, sometimes you'll see, I've seen it many times, and especially I've heard it from many women I have known as friends, colleagues, and saying the family member. Yeah, that's
here we
probably
go.
from
Texas.
Texas.
Hello, Texas.
Hi, hi, Ershad. Hi, Ming. How are you?
Thank you. Welcome to the show. We're good.
That's Sohana for us from Houston, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas,
Dallas,
Texas. Oh
Texas.
God, I'm
Awesome.
She
sorry.
was right.
She
Dallas,
was right.
Texas.
Did you say Dallas?
No, I didn't.
No, she didn't
So
say
it's okay,
that.
but I'm
Don't worry.
right. It's okay. I'm right.
Okay,
Then
we
we're
keep it there.
I think I heard said Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I wanted to take the credit.
But anyway, guys, it was so nice seeing you.
Thank
Same
you.
here.
I was saying,
Sohana, so
like,
what's
you. It
new?
was so nice to see you guys.
What new things you're doing? You have
What's
done.
new? I create a new band.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Great.
So I have a new band now, Bengali, all
Wow.
Bengali, and we are singing Hindi song, Bengali song. So we just did our first show yesterday, and it was super, super hit. It's like a Coke Studio song.
What's it called? Your band. What's the name of
We
the band?
did not give the name yet. We did not give the, because I just met them and I inspired them to bring this in the show. So now we'll create a name pretty soon.
Great.
That's awesome.
I mean, I was giving your example as well in terms of like when you do new things every time, you definitely feel like people who can conquer, they have these tendencies of winning over that doubt. They have like, okay, what if I sing on stage, this new band? What other people might think, they might not like it. So definitely you do a lot of new things every now and then. You're very brave in doing that. So do you get that effect, which we are terming is it's a term called spotlight effect? Do you get that like everyone is watching me? Oh my God.
No, I don't.
Amazing.
That's how I think from childhood, I was a little braver. So I don't care about what people say because, one thing I learned, if you think that, you will never become successful because, I never feel that what people think. So,
Beautiful.
I just go for it. I just go for it.
When
Whatever
did you feel
happened,
that
happened.
you don't really care about people's opinion? When did it happen for you? What age?
It's I think what date? I think it's when I'm in 7th grade or 8th grade.
And what did you do? What was your first thing that was a brave move for you?
Okay, so there is a story behind it.
Please.
There's a guy. Yeah, I will share. There's a guy in my grandma family side, and
Esther was saying at 12 she was like thinking about this guy she was journaling, and your story is about a guy. Okay, yeah, please go on.
It's not about guy. Okay, he's someone like far away, older than me, a lot older than me. Okay. He's like 20 years older than me. So I was in 7th grade, and that guy was like came to my grandma's house. I was there, and he was like, touch me, that inappropriate touch, and I was so mad at that time.
Wow.
And what I did, I took a knife. I almost I was after him, like why he did it. So after that day, I think something happened to me.
Wow.
Like I changed totally. I was like running after him like 1 mile to kill him almost.
Go girl.
And he was like, he never showed up in my grandma's house, never showed his face.
That's amazing.
So after that, something changed in my whole thought process and inside, I think.
Yeah.
I became very
Sohana,
brave.
first of all, I mean, I was joking about the whole thing. I didn't get where you're getting to. That's one of the things. I've learned my lesson now that listen first. So first of all, kudos to you for sharing that story, that it was really brave and it happens even for boys and girls at the tender age. Sometimes we go through these experiences. I mean, I faced similar experience I had at school. One of the teachers, unfortunately. So it was in a classroom. I mean, when you've been touched inappropriately, I mean, when you feel that it's not something's not right. I was in 6th grade. So, and it was in the middle of the classroom in front of 70, 75 students, but I didn't realize what was happening, and I was feeling uncomfortable, and I was in an all boys school. So that was one of my memories too. So, but you have taken action on it.
She took matters into her
so
own
amazing.
hands.
Right away.
Amazing.
7th grade, and after that day, you have become resilient, and I know how strong you are, things you do. You're an amazing person yourself.
Incredible.
And so,
Thank you.
first of all, thank you for sharing this story. And it's a lesson for everyone. And because especially parents who have younger kids growing up, they're always at risk of this kind of abuse.
Yeah.
This is one
Oh
of the
yes,
things.
I have 2 daughters too, so I know.
Yeah.
How.
So, and definitely you have shared the story with them. They probably know already, and they know how.
Oh
to
yeah, they knows everything. They are my friends.
Oh, that's
My 2
great.
daughters are my friends, so
That's
yeah, I
nice.
do share everything.
It's all wonderful.
So, on that resilient note, what was the song? What was the favorite song that you performed yesterday?
I did 3 songs. So my favorite is Nai Nai, the Sunidhi Chauhan song, which is a Parinita song movie. I love that song.
Would you like to sing something for us?
Sure, why not?
Yes. See, we're talking to a resilient girl. She doesn't have a second thought. She's like, yeah, do it.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Anytime you tell me sing, dance, cook, I'll do that right away, no matter
awesome.
Okay, cooking is coming next time.
what. Oh yeah. Okay. नहीं 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 ये बात है पुरानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी थामा हरुका इसको किसने हाँ ये तो बहता पानी ओ कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी La 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 la, zoo 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 zoo, la 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 la, zoo 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 zoo. There you go.
Nice. You sound like a 1940s radio show girl.
My genre is jazz.
Yeah, I can hear.
Amazing.
That's awesome. Thank you.
As I said, Sohana, it was well
You're
worth
welcome.
the wait.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been waiting for your call. And
Oh,
amazing.
thank you so much.
No, really.
I'm
and
at
thanks for
work
tuning
too. I was excited to talk to you guys too.
Great. That's awesome.
I took a 15 minutes break to talk.
And you had made
thank
such a
you.
valuable
Thank you.
contribution. Your story itself, it would make many people, parents, I mean, probably
Oh, I
younger
have a
kids,
lot
I don't know.
to tell. I have a lot of story to tell,
Yeah.
like real life stories, which
That's
is I already
great.
shared with a lot of radio station. I did a lot of interviews, so I did share with my true
Nice.
story. So women can they can experience and they can feel that they can also do that things and they can come out from those hard time what
Yeah.
they're going through in the life.
Any
Yeah.
other experience that you have shared already that you found that other women were inspired by? Anything that you can recall or share
Oh
with us?
yes. I've got so many messages that people send me, and they say like, we are really inspired by you. I have a TikTok, so also TikTok. I have fan like almost 4,000 fans and 23,000 likes.
Nice.
So people, I talk to them every day. Every day actually, I have been
Awesome.
all over the
Wow.
world.
Really
So
good.
yeah.
Very valuable. Very, very cool.
Amazing, Sohana. And promise us that you would get back to us next Sunday. Again, we are coming. We'd like to listen
Sure.
to some of your experience and stories.
Yes.
People like you who had overcome and they're not scared of sharing it with the rest of the world. That's what shows that what your self-worth and your confidence, where it is, that you don't care. And this is a valuable lesson. And you're enjoying life because you have
Oh yes.
chosen to be yourself.
Yes.
Awesome.
Amazing.
100%.
So, Sohana,
Thank you so
nice
much.
talking to you, and have a great rest of the day and your work. You probably would be going back after that. So, yeah.
Thank you for taking a break for us.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And I just wanted to tell you one thing. You guys look awesome together. So happy. I was seeing videos and I was like, you especially you are laughing. So I feel that you are in so much in love with him. So it looks good that and a happy couple. It's rare to see happy couple now these days.
It's-
So I was like, it's really precious to seeing you both
Thank you.
happy.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
well,
you.
God bless
Sohana,
you.
Such a
Definitely.
beautiful,
Thank you
sweet
so
message.
much.
Thank you.
We speak
Thank
to
you
you
so
again.
much.
eh?
Have a good day.
You
Yeah.
too. Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you again.
Bye bye.
Bye. And Sarah said, she said, I wish I lived in Texas now. I think it's probably because of the time.
Yeah.
I hope so, because it's getting late and Sarah wants to. So I won't give Sarah that pain of thinking she's missing out. Well, people can always catch up. It always goes on the YouTube straight away after the show. We finish the show.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that happens, which is stays on the Facebook anyway. But then you get all the information. You can go back, listen to it. And because the valuable calls we had and the things we discussed
really
about.
Nice.
You know what the surprising part of the show is? Every time we start the show, Esther keeps on asking me, okay, what's today's topic? And definitely, I've been interviewing people throughout the week whenever I can. So there are topics that I think about and that makes me think more on them. And I feel like we need to shed more light and I do some study on them as well. Then I come up with this. And today I was saying, okay, because I had an interview yesterday, a young guy of 21 years old, and he's from Kuwait. And he's of Bangladeshi origin. But he has this journey. He's a personal trainer now. He's a head calisthenics coach in a big gym in Kuwait City. So he shared some things with me, which you'll see the next Monday. It's coming out. And he used that term, spotlight effect. And I felt at the age of 21, if he was so aware of his self-worth, he said that even at the age of 15 to one of his friends. The story before it gets out, let me share how he said. One of his friends, he used to go to shopping or anywhere. He would always like, okay, people are thinking about this. Don't do this. People are looking at me and things like that. And he said, hey, man, you have spotlight effect. That's the effect you have to come on. No one is looking at you. No one cares about you. You do your thing. They're doing their things. Just be yourself. That was his message. But there are a lot of important snippets of information you'll get on this podcast. But just to share with you. So that's why I thought, let's talk about spotlight effect today. And I was telling you when I was driving back home. And just look, all these calls.
It's great.
Amazing information. And what Swana shared.
Yeah.
I shared my own experience in life as well with you guys, what I faced, and it was from a teacher. How how much you could get hurt if you feel that you had been a victim to certain like that. I mean, even men and women, anyone can at that age, and many people going back, they can share those stories, to be honest with you. And thankfully enough, it wasn't that drastic, and it was just for me, but still I learned a lesson.
Yeah.
And thank you, Suhana, once again, and Sarah as well, sharing all these beautiful experiences with us.
And Shifat also.
Shifat.
And she sang for us.
Shifat sang.
Which she doesn't normally do, just in one go.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
Masroor.
Yeah, in his experiences.
Yeah, his experiences.
Really
We
nice.
love you guys, and it's very valuable, precious to us. So on that note, on that high note, we'd like to finish today's show. And thanks for everyone, and thanks to everyone for joining us and joining on the show, Knowing Who You Are. We are coming back next week, same time, Sunday, 6 o'clock UK time. And well, America is 6 hours behind, so it'll be like what? 2 o'clock.
No, earlier than that.
Oh, earlier than that.
It depends
It'll be
where.
Oh, someone is calling.
Uh-oh. Who is this?
Let's see. Hello?
Hello, who's calling?
Hello, how are you?
Very well. Who is this, please?
This is DB Manik.
Oh,
I'm a
Mani.
very fan of Ershad Bhai.
Good. Right. Thank you for calling. We were just about to sign off. You called just in time.
Yeah, I'm listening him actually. He knows me. It's David Ershad Bhai.
Yeah, David Boito, the guy on... I follow his TikTok.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the TikTok genius. We love those videos. They're so funny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got her hooked as well.
Oh my
She
God.
goes and watches your videos too.
TikTok genius. All right.
So,
I just you should do me some TikTok. Sorry, I won't keep you long, and
that's fine.
I know you are leaving now, so I just giving a quick call.
Please.
It's great.
Yeah.
So, we will ask you this question quickly because since you might would like to keep it short as well. So, for you, when you start doing TikTok, definitely you're doing many funny things. Did you feel like that people would be thinking, okay, what he's doing, and they'll be laughing at you? What was your initial thought? Is there anything negative that was trying to stop you? Did you have any resistance, and how did you overcome?
Yeah. There are some. Some people do bad comments, and even my some of my friends, they when I post the video on my Facebook, some of my friends didn't like it, and they put negative comments. I just ignored them, and it doesn't affect me actually. I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. So
That's the
I'm
message.
okay.
Good. That's awesome.
So the main reason it doesn't affect you because you are so sure about yourself, you're happy with yourself, and you don't care what other people think about you because you love yourself and you're like, okay, I know what I am, so I don't have to be worried about it.
Exactly. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Lovely
You take
message.
care.
Absolutely.
Love to you
and
as
thank
well.
you for
Keep
calling.
on creating your amazing TikToks.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Take care.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
Thank you. So we had Divi Manik, who's David Boyddo. And so he's there from, he's quite a TikTok celebrity.
It's amazing.
That's not my platform as yet. So, but everyone is there.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I am there. I'm
Okay,
on TikTok.
she's there
Actually, I'm
too.
on TikTok.
But yeah, you'll see a new video is coming on E&E in Harmony channel where we had made some reference on TikTok. So if you want to catch that, it's a lesson as well.
Yeah.
English lesson. But also it'd be interesting. I would request everyone to check the E&E in Harmony channel because the English lessons we give, with the English lesson, we have some funny skits as well. The drama, we do some dramas. So if you like that, you can give us likes, subscribe the channel, and tell us what other new kind of lesson we can bring that'd be helping.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were finishing the show. So as I was saying, knowing who you are, the podcast itself, it's a health podcast, but we talk about all this topic that we discuss here, resilience, mental health, self-improvement, spiritual growth, your physical health and everything we discuss. And some people who are experts in those fields, they come and talk to me. They come out every Monday. Every Sunday, running up to that podcast, we do a live show now, this live stream. So we warm you up a little bit so you talk about this topic and it's alive inside you and you know that it's very fresh. So the next day when you listen to it, you already know, oh yeah, they have talked about it and it makes you think. So, and Esther with me, doing a great job. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So because I have been doing live shows, radios and everything for many, many, many years. But Esther has started doing live shows. That's, I mean, when she started doing from the 3 weeks, right? And you've been doing great.
Oh yeah, these ones. Yeah, I've never done until this time. I never
Exactly,
did
but
live
you have
shows
been
before.
a public speaker. That's a different
I
thing.
was definitely a public speaker for many years, but to sit in a studio and not have the, well, I guess we do, but my first reaction was like, what, we're going to speak to a camera and there's no audience interaction, but there actually is constantly.
That's the
which
thing.
is really nice.
So that's an example of spotlight effect, how
Yeah.
to defeat that one. If
Yeah.
she had felt, oh my God, people will be watching,
Yeah.
Ershad should be behaving a bit more properly rather than
No, that
saying
was
everything.
never my consideration.
No, I'm just saying, not you. Even. But
What
the
do you
thing
mean? What do you mean?
I'm just keeping it real.
No,
That's
but
the thing.
one thing that actually handled it is that you said, look, just, you know how we always are, just be like that.
Exactly.
And to be honest, most of the time I actually forget that there's a camera and we're just chatting away, la 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 la, you know, and that's
So
actually,
that's the
this is actually how we
example
are.
of the spotlight effect is
Yeah.
that we forget that
Yeah.
we are watched by, say, hundreds, thousands of people.
Yeah.
And they will be opening up. They can check it. They can laugh at me
Yeah.
or say something to me or laugh at us or do
Yeah,
something.
they would not laugh at me, but
Yeah, they won't. She's smart. So any comment or anything, they can leave. But we are literally
At the
making
mercy.
at the mercy and living. I mean, totally exposing ourselves to everything that can be negative.
yeah.
But thank God, everyone so far had been so positive.
Amazing.
It's an inspiration.
Yeah, it really
Every time
is.
we finish, it's on a high.
Yeah.
So on that note, we'd like to sign off tonight. And people who have been with us, we thank you all. And it's always been amazing. And we'd like to thank you.
For
And
all your
like-
calls and for your messages and for everything else that you contributed to the show. It makes it worth it doing this every single week.
So on that note, we'll be signing off. Bye-bye and good night from us.
Good night.